Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Awkward Moments with Jatsu. It is Saturday, and I hope you're all having a lovely, wonderful Saturday so far. Thank you, Depression, for the first year. Thank you, Twirly, for the second. And thank you, Shumi, for the third year. Woo! And thank you for the Taiyaki snack redeems. Also, Depression, would you name something else different previously? Because I don't recognize your name. I don't recognize your name. It's fine if you don't want to say what you were named before. That's absolutely fine. Yes or no is just absolutely fine. But yeah, welcome in. I hope you guys have had. I know, Shumi. Depression follows me everywhere. Where Jatsu is, depression isn't too far behind, right? Oh my god. It's too early to be making sad jokes. But welcome in. We are going to continue more Ace Attorney today, this evening, this afternoon. My words. I am struggling with my words. I have a slight headache, which will go once I hydrate a bit more. I'm a bit dehydrated from my walk this morning. To be honest, I should have just done a 3K walk. I went a little bit over, and I say a bit, I doubled on my walk. I did 6K in the end, which my body was not prepared for. I have not done a walk in I walk around places and everywhere and stuff, but like to just do like a proper just left right kind of walk, I haven't done one in like 6 months now, which is a very long time to not be active, and then suddenly just to do 6K is really hefty on the body. I mean, it was good. It was a good walk, and I probably really needed it, considering my mental state's been on and off lately. It's not been great, but I mean, I'm managing. I'm fine. There's nothing to worry about. I have my ways of coping, so it's absolutely fine. But the walk probably helped a lot, but however, because of it, I now have a headache, and it's a tired, dehydrated headache, which is fine. Like I said, once I hydrate a bit more, it'll probably disappear. But yeah, so I went outside today too. Sun gave me a headache. Oh no, Twirly, you must always make sure you have protection in not just going out and walking, but in other ways of form. Anyway, not an educational talk that we want to. But no, you always have to have some protection, like sunscreen. I always have to wear a hat because my Twirly's a vampire. I mean, yes, also true. Twirly is a vampire, but maybe she's like, I don't know, the Twilight type vampires that can go out in the sun. She's sparkly in the sun. She doesn't burn up and die. She just sparkles. They always wear sunscreen, and like I said, I have to wear a cap because my scalp is so sensitive to the sun. It burns very easily, and it's the same with the skin on my face as well. It burns so easily. My arms, my legs, maybe not so much my legs actually. My legs burn very easy, but my arms and my shoulders are absolutely fine. I can have them out in the sun, whatever, and they're like, yeah, we're chill. But my legs, my face, my scalp, as soon as the sun's out, I have to protect because I just burn. I get told I'm a fake Asian because of how easily I burn. Like, Jatsu, you're a fake Asian. Asians don't burn. I said, yeah, well, I do. So, nah. I'm a vampire, but I had to go to the post office. Ooh, were you posting off all the goodies that you'd done? Like all the dolls that you painted, Twirly? My nails are sparkly. Your nails are always sparkly. I've never, ever seen you without sparkly nails. Honestly, hay fever's killing me. Had to stop gaming because I was crying. Oh no, Shumi. Are you sure you're not just using hay fever as an excuse? And you're just crying from the lack of skill? I'm sorry. The bullying's already started. I'm sorry. Don't leave me, guys. You guys are amazing. I'm sorry. I'm just mean. Oh dear. Jessie cries when she plays games too. I do when I play sad games. But sad games are so fun. They're like the best type of games, best genre of game to be playing, honestly. Right. But before I rattle on, let's go continue the game. Let me see if I can remember where we left off. So we are at a case where a performer, a chocolatier performer, or he's like a very famous confectioner, especially chocolate-based confectionery items, is famous as a TV presenter who does a cooking show, was doing a cooking competition, and then during the competition, they found a dead body in our suspect's chocolate design. And we are partway through, so we've done the investigation, I think was what I last remembered. We're trying to figure out who the actual murderer is and what actually happened, why the guy was murdered. And we aren't playing as Miles Edgeworth, we are playing as Gregory Edgeworth, which is Miles's dad. So we've gone back in the past, mostly because, what was his name? The assistant guy, Eddie. I can't remember his name now. We'll figure out his name. It was a cozy game where you can't die. I mean, that's something to cry about, I suppose, because of the coziness. I don't know. Ew, that's not peanuts in the chocolate. No. It's not that type of. It's not that type of. But no, we discovered that someone had sabotaged the scene, which is what caused the damage on the ship. And then the ship then crashed into the treasure chest, which then revealed the dead body. And then we investigated the chocolate room. And now we are investigating the other rooms with the other contestants who are also suspects, in our opinion. So we have Detective Bad, Eddie Fender. That's his name. Eddie Fender and Gregory Edgeworth. Whoa, a candy castle. And look, there are even some little L's to go with it. I've also forgotten how I voice the characters, so they might sound different. I'm sorry. Also, so I said to Barry, was it yesterday or the other day? My voice hasn't been doing great. So I'm gonna. You'll probably hear more me than you'll hear the characters. I mean, I never voice the characters like they should be voiced. I try. But honestly, my eyes hurt and I keep sneezing and it's spring. Oh no. Shumi, can you take like antihistamines to help? I know some people, so like my dad, antihistamines does nothing. My dad's got really bad hay fever. Once the season hits, that's it. It's just tissues and sneezing and it's just everything everywhere. And I'm just like, that's just so disgusting. And it's like, I can't help it. It's hay fever. It's like, just take some medication. It's like the medication doesn't help. So I know that for some people, it just does not work. But yeah, hopefully that you're not one of them peoples where medication doesn't help. But yeah, take some antihistamines and see if that helps. Local produced honey works for me. I have heard that. Natural honeys help as well. And so one of my friends recommended a cream that's made from beeswax, and that's supposed to really help with eczema as well. And we forgot to mention that to Berry. So that's also a good thing to look into. Moisturizers made from beeswax really helps. Oh, whoa, a candy castle. Look, there are even some little L's to go with it. That's a very impressive castle. The room's laid out, pretty much the same as Tangora is. Oh, really? Moisturizer? Yeah, so like creams for your skin before you get any funny ideas. Room's laid out pretty much the same as Tangoria's. It's not as cold though, that's something. Let's see, yeah. Looks like there's a temperature control panel in here too. All the rooms are temperature controlled, which could really affect. Hey Jazza, how's the prosecutor? We've only just started, Cooper. We've literally just begun. I did a little quick recap, but I don't even remember half the details myself. We're still investigating the chocolate surprise that we found in our little treasure chest in Tangoria's room. But we are investigating the other contestants right now, and I can't remember her name, but she looks cute, but there's a lot of people that have said that she's quite feisty. So I would not be surprised if her character is completely different to how she looks. Over there where that orange light is, right? We better take a closer look at it when we can. It's like a fairy tale storybook in here. And this whipped cream covered construction must be the work of Miss Alicia Scone. Where is Miss Scone? Me? Why? I'm just over here, dearie. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. But I bet you she's so feisty. It's always the short ones. It's always the short ones. And that's to say the same for me. I look all sweet and innocent, but I'm feisty as anything. Oh, just look at you lovely boys. Alicia Scone at your service. Some cheeky blighters back in Blighty even called me Miss Delicious. Tee. Called a lovely boy at 34. Unexpected, to say the least. You are 34, Gregory? Oh no, we discussed this already, didn't we? Yeah, we did. I mean, he looks pretty old for 34. Unless that's just me. He looks like he should be in his 40s or 50s, the way they've drawn him. Anyway. Lovely boys, really. Even Mr. E. Oh, yes, dear. You, the detective over there, you're all lovely boys to me. I'm nobody's lovely boy, lady. Oh, what did I skip what he said? Name's Bad. Okay. I wonder just how old she is. Finish this up so we can get out of here, Mr. Attorney. He's readjusting his tie. Yes, all right. Oh, is that Manfred von Karma? that voice is Manfred von Karma. What's the meaning of this chit-chatting with the defense? It is. It's von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, some scary guy just stepped out of the castle. Did he? Wait, you could enter the castle that's made of cream? That's impressive. Von Karma. What? He's Manfred von Karma? Oh, sorry, mannequins. Did she just call him mannequins? They must know each other then. The fact that she's called him mannequins means that they have a friendship or something? A notorious prosecutor, von Karma himself. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. von Karma. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law. He looks no different. Does this man even age? Maybe he's a vampire. Because he looks no different than to what he does now to when we actually meet him as Phoenix. Right? I'm not wrong. He looks exactly the same. He doesn't look younger. And he doesn't look older when we meet him later on in timeline wise. I couldn't care less what your name is. Your job is to lose to me and disappear, never to show your snivelling face again. What a thoroughly rude individual. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow. Ugh, you're even scarier than they say. He may be vampire-based. He might be, Shroomy. Honestly, he doesn't look any different. And you might want to keep such rude thoughts to yourself, Eddie. We were hoping you might permit us to carry out some brief inquiries, Mr. von Karma. And why would I wish to extend you any such courtesy? This clearly isn't going to be easy. But he has such a good theme song though, honestly. You just know it's him as soon as the theme song plays. So long as your inquiries are limited to this room, I suppose I'll allow it. Why the sudden change of heart? You, the tall fellow. Name's Bad. Is that so hard to remember? I didn't ask for your opinion. The thoughts of a lowly detective do not concern me. But I do admire your spirit. Bad, see to it that these worms don't step out of line. Why do I have to? I'm not offering you a choice, detective. I need to go and look over Gusto's room. Good day. He is as rude as he is old. I couldn't think of something to say. I couldn't think of what to say. Oh dear. Poor Bad. He's just babysitting everyone. Great. More babysitting. Why aren't Detective Bad and Mr. von Karma investigating together? They don't seem to know each other very well, well enough for there to be bad blood between them. Sound like a type for Rin? Well, the types that are as old as they are rude? Wait, are you saying that Rin is a masochist who likes to be treated badly? I mean, she does. Have you seen all the bullying that happens in her stream? She loves it. Oh no, she's gonna pop up in a minute. She's like, are you? Well, looks like we have permission to investigate. Guess we better get to it. Indeed. I'm not sure I trust Mr. Von Karma's motives, but at least we can do that much. I mean, she admitted to being a masochist, you know. When did she admit to it? She must have. Hold up. I haven't been over this room yet either. You're not messing up. Before I get my chance. You'll have to wait till I'm done. Huh? But I thought you were the lead detective. How come you didn't take a look at this room yet? Because I wasn't the first one they assigned. One Von Karma's pet was on the job before me. Oh, who's Von Karma's pet? Right up until just now, in fact. I got here not long before you did. That answers my question as to why they're working separately, I suppose. What say we look over the room together, detective? It worked out well enough before. Then you won't have to worry about us messing things up. You can keep an eye on us as we go. What kind of screwball attorney asked to have a detective breathing down his neck? Guess I'm stuck with you for a little while longer. Do you think Rin would choose bad, or do you think she'd choose Von Karma? Just a thought, because she likes bad, but I don't know, I've not heard her thoughts on Von Karma. Yes, you're amazing, Mr. E. Look at him, he's so polite. Yeah, well, thanks, Detective Bat. Don't be too grateful. This is my scene. The second you get in my way, you're out of here. Of course, we understand. Now, shall we begin? That maybe a year ago, she was like, I don't have a feet fetish, why don't you make fun of real fetish? And that was the masochist. Okay, she shot herself in the foot for that one. she dug her own grave on that one. Which I can see totally happening. Oh dear. Right, let's investigate. Okay, badger in my way. No, we can't investigate there. Okay. What are you looking at? There's a blowtorch and some chemicals here. I guess it's all for cooking with. I wonder what these chemicals are. Let's take a look at the labels. Also, she likes vampires, so probably Von Karma. Probably, yes. Mango down 911. Homicide. Cyanide? 247? Wait. They're all poisons. No, sir. They're common colourings and flavourings used in candies and desserts. The first is concentrated mango boiled down to its purest essence, hence mango down. They're asking for trouble with a name like that. Now I'm curious as to what a homocyanide might be. Wouldn't it just be almonds? Because that's what, what was it? Isn't that cyanide is very similar smelling to marzipan or something like that? Don't turn around, don't turn around. If you turn around, you'll eat it. You can't eat the castle, don't eat the castle. I guess he's watching his sugar intake. Well, the castle's evidence for starters, so you can't eat it anyway. There's a small door on the wall here, just like Mr. Tangaria's room. Here, I'll open it. Temperature 68 degrees, light set to green. Didn't Gusto say cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees? Temperature in here is too high. Oh, that is odd. I wonder why. It's a cute little elf made of candy and it's sitting on a little tree stump. The whipped cream decorations around it are beginning to lose their shape, but the elf seems completely fine and strange. What's the elf made of? Oh, I can't go around the back. Okay. Let's investigate the castle. We can't even go in. That's not fair. It's an incredible piece of work. Hard to believe this whole castle's made out of sugar and cream. I know, right? It's like we're inside a medieval story or something. I didn't know you were so into such fantastical things. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get so carried away there. Oh, no need to apologise. I admire your enthusiasm. I sometimes wish my own son was as animated as you. You have a son, Mr. E? I do. He's still in elementary school. And yet he'd rather read a statute book. He'd much rather read a law book than a fairy tale. Wow, Miles is boring. Sorry. That kid has special subjects. I don't have a worry that his interests will make it hard for him to make friends. But he does make friends though. He makes friends with Phoenix and Larry, unfortunately. But you know, he makes friends. Don't say that. He sounds super interesting. He'll make a ton of friends, me included, I'm sure. I like to think you'd be more of a big brother to him than a friend, Eddie. A big brother, huh? I guess I have some growing up to do. Better take this more seriously. Indeed. Then with that in mind, shall we continue our investigation? I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Okay. The doors of the castle have been left wide open. Yeah, was the guy born in a barn? He could have at least closed them behind him. I don't see you say that to Mr. Von Karma's face, Eddie. Wait, there's a bunch of stuff inside. Let's see. Hold it, kid. If anybody's going to be handling evidence, it'll be me. Oh my god, how tall is he? Groom's going all runny. It's because the room is too warm. He's all over the detective's shoes. Why are all these items being stored inside a candy castle? Alright, tell me what you want me to look at first. I need to look at these little candy bits. I think they belong on the two towers. Two big rock crystals. Looks like somebody was using the castle for storage. I kind of expected something a little more exciting behind these doors. Oh, I know. Maybe they're giant uncut gemstones. And maybe this whole thing is based on a story about the castle of priceless treasure hidden inside. I think I'd treat my priceless treasures with a little more care. There's something on the bottom of them. Looks like a little stand or something. I was right. They are gemstones. The stands must be so they can be put on display. Well, whatever they are. It seems they're not just a large set of paperweights. Okay. What are these? Are they like rolls of sugar? There's a bunch of blue cloth back here. 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls altogether. Well, they certainly aren't made of candy. No idea what this stuff is for. Almost looks like somebody hid it in here. And I think I've seen fabric of the same colour somewhere else before. Have we? We have! Here! The fabric that was used to cover the victim. Okay. These pillars. They are hexagonal indentations. Looks like something's supposed to go in there. Well, whatever they were. They're long gone. Hexagonal indentations, sir. I wonder. Castle's covered in whipped cream, so maybe a giant strawberry. A giant strawberry with a hexagonal bottom. Look, I like strawberries, okay? Can't blame a guy for wishing. He likes strawberries? That's unexpected. I prefer bananas myself. I don't like bananas. I used to love them as a kid. I used to eat them all the time, like all the time. But as I've grown older, I've really grown a dislike for the texture of bananas. I can't stand them. It makes me feel sick, and I'm just like, oh, no, I can't eat you. I can't. Blueberries for me. Blueberries are nice. I can't blame him. I'm still wishing for that Jatsu karaoke stream. What do you mean you can't blame him? What can you blame him for? And no, there's never going to be a karaoke stream. We've really established this, Cooper. But okay. So I may or may not be attending V-Expo this year. And if I do attend V-Expo and Rin is up for it, maybe we can do a karaoke session. Yes, maybe we can do a karaoke session as a group, not just me alone, as a group, and we can do group singing, and it'll be more fun that way. like I said, solo singing is only fun when you do it in the car or if you're cooking in the kitchen. Let me connect some puzzles. Okay, so not blunt force trauma, runny cream. We can connect the runny cream with the high temperature, because we were told that it had to be at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. You were joining Cooper? I think Cooper said that they were coming as well, or they were going. Rum, you say? I do enjoy rum. I don't drink it very often, but it is one of the alcohols that I can tolerate. I don't really like beer. Beer gives me a really dry mouth, and I don't enjoy that because it makes me really thirsty, so I end up having to drink water or something afterwards. I can't do vodka. Vodka is a big no-no for me, like big no-no. It just goes, one shot is enough to just get me off my face. So I don't do vodka. Rum, I can do maybe 3 or 4 shots before I go past the stage of no return and end up throwing up. So, but I do enjoy rum. I don't, like I said, I don't drink very often, and it's not likely that I will drink. Even when I have like group hangouts, I much prefer staying sober than, because I don't like the effects of alcohol. It has the effects that alcohol has on me. Sorry. And the reason why I don't enjoy it is because it causes me to panic, due to the fact that it is very similar to, it gives me sort of similar to sleep paralysis effects, which is really weird to say, because it's not the same at all. It's just, I end up panicking because of the lack of control. So I tend not to drink because of the amounts of times that I have just ended up having panic attacks, and she's like, no, we're not doing this. This is not fun. This is not enjoyable. Not for me or anyone who has to witness it either. Yeah, of course, would for sure. Cooper's going to join on the karaoke. Yeah. The whipped cream in this room is collapsing because the temperature is too high. It's 68 degrees. My messed up shoes can vouch for that. And yet, when you open the doors to the castle, the handles themselves were just fine. Yeah, they were sturdier than expected. Sturdy. That's not the way I would describe most things made of confectionaries. I think we better take another look at those handles, don't you? Oh. Are they not made of food? What the? I think it's safe to say those handles aren't made of candy. They're not candy? It's not just the handles, the whole castle, the little elves. They're all just plastic models with whipped cream smeared on top. What? So none of this is confectionery art after all? No, it's just simply made to look like candy, with the cream having been added to lend it all an air of authenticity. Jarvis clipped that. She confirmed there will be a karaoke. No. I didn't say there would be a karaoke stream. I said that there'd be a karaoke session in person as a group. Not solo Jatsu karaoke. Nuh-uh. Never happening, because Jatsu does not. I do not sing very well. Trust me, my voice is not good. I also don't enjoy... I mean, I enjoy singing in the car by myself. But I do not enjoy singing live on my own. I just don't have a good voice, honestly. I think my voice is terrible. I know you guys are like, no, you got a really nice voice, Jess. Like, my talking voice is okay. My speaking voice is okay. Singing voice is a completely different matter. I have no... Right, so first of all, I've got no training. No training whatsoever. My singing voice is weak. It is weak and airy and does not sound good because it is weak and airy. I do not have the muscles for it. That can be fixed. How are you intending to fix a terrible voice, Cooper? Tell me. How do you intend to fix that? The rock crystal stands and the pillars in front of the castle feature the same hexagonal shape. Why am I struggling to say that? I believe the castles are meant to be placed on top of the pillars. Oh yeah, hexagon to hexagon makes perfect sense. Train your muscles, you silly. Practice. Yeah, but I can't... I mean, okay, it's well... It's well enough that you say practice and train the muscles, but what muscles am I supposed to train? I don't know the first thing about singing, and just belting out songs isn't going to really help you train the correct muscles. It's just you're training some form of muscle, but it's not going to be the right ones. So what muscles am I supposed to be training to get a better voice? That's the problem I have. And no, it's not the only problem either. I still don't think I would have a good singing voice. But if that's the case, then why were they being hidden inside the castle? The rolls of blue cloth and rock castles inside the castle. I imagine both must belong to Miss Scone. Miss Scone, what were you using the items inside the castle for? Oh, those? Sorry, Lambkin, but I'm not allowed to say. Everybody starts somewhere, just sing. Just sing. No. Nah. Let me guess. Von Karma. How did you know? Please don't ask me to tell you. He'll have my guts for garters. It seems the prosecution really has no intention of sharing anything with the defense. Man, I thought we were onto something with those giant rock crystals, but... What's that, dearie? You're interested in my little trinkets? Your trinkets? Yes, my sweet. I use them to make people all lovely and relaxed. All lovely and relaxed? You use rock crystals and cloths to do that? I do. It's wonderful. You should see it. And they're not just any old rock crystals either. They're great big lumps of salt with lights inside them. Wow, those things are lamps? Oh, that's not even the half of it. Those cloths hold an... oh my god. Those cloths hold an even more exciting secret. You really opened up the moment we started talking about her trinket. Since you're here, why don't I give you lovely boys a taste of my relaxation magic, Oh, Buddy Bumpkin, can you get it all out and set up for me? The name is bad. Is that a no? Why are you being so selfish, Buddy Bumpkin? She is adorable. Have you finished taking photos of this room yet? Yes, sir. We have, sir. Then help Miss Scone here with something, will you? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Oh, you're sweetie at heart, aren't you, Baddie Bee? That's amazing, Miss Scone. You got him to do exactly what you wanted. That's some talent. Thank you ever so much, Baddykins, and you, Officer Lovely. She's even given nicknames to the forensics guy now. I guess it's her way of showing that she cares. So, what about this supposed to be relaxing, exactly? Oh, don't be a big sourpuss, Baddie Bee. The fun's only just beginning. Officer Lovely, you can switch it on now. Yes, ma'am. What is she doing? It's so cute. Look at it. It lights up. Huh? Wow, it's beautiful. It is. I wish my son were here to see it. Oh, bless Gregory. He's always thinking about his son. He's always thinking about Miles. Oh, bless him. He's a good dad. It's such a shame that he was murdered. Isn't it though? Isn't it just wonderful? The 4 adorable elves in the sweetest little castle made of sweets. That's my theme, you see. And I thought it would be extra lovely if it was all lit up. Isn't it the nicest thing you've ever seen? One of the elves must be feeling a little left out. Oh yeah. This is how it was supposed to look from the contest. But I'm glad you lovely boys got to see it at least. Wait, shouldn't the lamps be lit up too? What's happened there, I wonder? I think we better take a look at the lamps and the elves one more time. Oh, something is amiss. You gonna let me look at them? Okay. Oh, there's blood on one of them. Look! The lamps appear to be broken. The bulbs are smashed. Both of them. Maybe they fell and broke on the floor. Oh, look, there's a red stain on one on the left. That's not just a stain. That's... Yep, it's blood all right. I can smell it. Does Detective Bad have a really good nose? Is he like a bloodhound? What? Blood? Why is there blood on this lamp? Could it have something to do with why its bulb is broken? You better take a closer look at the other one too. Oh, do I have to investigate the other one? Okay. Let's take a look. So, Miss Scone. Miss Scone actually intended to use these lamps in her display. Then why were they stashed inside the castle? Maybe because they're broken? Except there's plenty. There's plenty of other places she could have put them. The best place to hide some salt is in some sugar, isn't that how it goes? Or perhaps the best place to hide a tree is in a forest. Anyway, if her intention was to put these salt lamps in her final display, that contradicts a certain piece of evidence in my possession. I'll need to point it out by making a deduction. What evidence does it contradict? A piece of paper listing the rules. Judging all proceed clockwise from the left of this room. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration, stands and display materials will be Oh, she broke the rules. She would have been disqualified. Because the door's and non-confectionery. Right. Maybe I should have pointed to the door. Oh no, the lamp is fine too. Take a look at the list of rules for the contest detective. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. That means the salt lamps and the luminous cloth would both have been against the rules. Thank you for the lurk, Twirly. Is that why they were stashed away inside the castle? I think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scone before we can say for sure. Sorry, forgot to hit it earlier. No, that's fine, that's fine. I hope you have a good lurk and enjoy my voice in the background. I hope it gives you a nice, soothing and calming weekend. I think we need to dig a little further into this with Miss Scone before we can say for sure. Always. I hope so. My shoes are already covered in cream. I wouldn't go any closer, unless you want the same thing to happen to you. We've seen what's behind those doors. Well, there's really no need to look again. Okay. Yeah, but we haven't discovered everything. What else have we not discovered? The doors look nicely decorated now thanks to the beautiful cloth around it. A cloth which we found inside the castle. A welcome doorway makes a welcoming home. That's just common sense for us detectives. Says the man who just trampled all over the castle's entranceway. But I'll hold my tongue for now. Is that it? I think so, yeah. Aha. Okay, that should be that ticked, right? Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the elf. Why is this elf so lonesome? And why can't I... Come on. So why are you not aiming correctly? This elf doesn't have an illuminated cloth over it like the others. It is not fair to leave the poor guy out, Miss Scone. Well, I didn't want to, did I, dear? But one of my cloths and one of my little machines went missing. A cloth and... What sort of machine exactly? Oh, you'll never guess how it all works. These luminous cloths are connected to these little thingamajigs. They're called, full spectrum light emitting devices. They send light down the main cable into each optical fibre strand. That's what makes the cloth glow. With a little bit of fiddling, you can change the light to any colour in the whole wide world. Bright red, like ferocious fiery flames. Cold blue, like clinking crystals of ice. They have these special batteries that last for donkey's years, and they don't mind the cold at all. Forgive me, so these machines, they're what makes the special luminous cloth light up in all those beautiful colours, Mr. E. I see. So much new technology, I can barely keep up. So these light-emitting devices, you lost one of them and a piece of luminous cloth. That's right, Lambkin. Heaven only knows where they could have got to. This cloth. It could have something to do with the case. Okay, so we have some puzzle pieces. Let's piece them together. Blunt force trauma. Well, let's connect the obvious one, which is this, the blunt force trauma and the bloody lamp. So the lamp is the murder weapon. We know that the victim was struck and killed with something blunt, and we found blood on one of the lamps, which is a smashed bulb inside. Could a lamp not have been the murder weapon? For sure, it could definitely do enough damage to kill someone. You, science guy, did you finish analysing blood from the lamp earlier? Yes, sir. Just got done a minute ago, sir. The blood is the victim's, no doubt about it. And there you have it. Ooh, okay, so this is the murder weapon then. So the murder weapon was hidden in Miss Scone's room. I'm beginning to think we may need to add her to our list of suspects. And she's rule breaking as well. That's all our puzzle pieces. So not only did she use decorations that were against the rules, she didn't even make any real sweets. Miss Scone made a mockery of the rules. Yeah, I guess she's not going to get crowned world's greatest now. Why is it so warm in here? Do you think it's got something to do with all of this? That's also true. Maybe Miss Scone's a fake. That's a good question. I think we better go ask Miss Scone herself. Straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah? If I can aim my game right. What's the matter, Miss Scone? You seem a whole lot less cheerful than you were a minute ago. Is it Mr. Von Karma? Did something happen between you two? Why, yes. Nothing happened at all. But you just said yes. That was hello, yes, you silly boy. Aren't you just the sweetest little sugar dumpling? Remind me, what was your name again? Oh, Eddie. Eddie Lumpkin. Oh, you'll go far, dearie, I can tell. Eddie Lumpkin. It seems that English gentlewoman has taken a liking to you, Eddie. No small accomplishment. She's not exactly what I picture when I think of a gentlewoman, Mr. E. Never mind that now. We should ask her a few questions while we can. Could you tell us about what you did over the course of the contest? Of course, dearie. Let's see. It all started at about 10 in the morning. That's when we set to work. And, well, I spent most of the time here in my room getting everything ready as you'd expect. Oh, and then there was a lovely afternoon tea for an hour or so from around 1, I think. Afternoon tea is an English tradition. A chance to drink tea, enjoy a snack, and make small talk. So kind of like recess? I suppose you could say that. Oh, you really know your onions, don't you, Greggy Pegleg? Such a clever boy. When did I become Greggy? Greggy Pegleg? Of all the nicknames she gives him, she calls him Pegleg? Is he a pirate now? Oh dear. And where was this afternoon tea served? Out in the garden, of course. There's a lovely little one just outside. They do it at the same hour every break time during the contest. Learn a nice little spread, you know. But today only me, Samson Sillypants and Moody Judy were there for it. Sammy Poople had already finished his big creation, so he was there the whole time. But poor old Chili Winks and Gusty Pants had to miss out because they hadn't finished yet, bless them. You're saying everybody except Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto was present. That's right, dear. To tell you the truth, I hadn't finished yet either. But I wasn't about to miss out on tea and cake served by our two TV superstars. I went right back to work when I'd finished, though. Tootled off while the others were still nattering away. And at any point during the contest, did you visit any of the other competitors' rooms? No, dear, don't be silly. That's strange, because your fingerprints were found in Mr. Tangaria's room. Caught red-handed. Wait, so you admit you were there? Oh, well, I can hardly deny it now, can I? But I didn't kill anybody, I swear. I suppose I better tell you what really happened. Just promise you'll believe me, won't you, dear? Why was she in his room? What exactly were you doing in Mr. Tangaria's room? Well, I was I suppose you'd call it research. Research? Sammy Pupil's a dab hand when it comes to the old sweet making, everybody knows that. So when I noticed there was no one in there, I just popped in for a quick bit of research, like I say. What kind of research, these fingerprints? Yes, well, it stands to reason I'd leave fingerprints, doesn't it? After all, it's hardly research if you don't have a little nibble now, is it? Oh, she took a nibble at it? Actually, I don't blame her. It was a whole entire room full of chocolate. Okay, so I'm not the biggest fan of chocolate, and I will eat it. Don't get me wrong, I'll still eat chocolate. I do occasionally enjoy a bit of chocolate every now and then. But if I was presented in the room that was covered in chocolate, that smell I would be tempted to just take a bite. You wouldn't even get handprints, you'd just see bite marks all over the pieces. It's like, tasty chocolate. But yeah, no, sometimes I get cravings for chocolate, and then I'll eat a whole bar all to myself. It's really bad. Actually, no, have I ever eaten a whole bar, like a big bar of chocolate to myself? Okay, I'm not that bad. No, I haven't. Now that I think about it, I haven't. Maybe I've taken so sometimes they have them in like little squares, and you get like 3 squares per like row. I might have like 6 squares, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't eat anymore. If I eat anymore, this is naughty, Jatu. It's too naughty. What? You ate little pieces of them? So, the traces of tampering in Mr. Tangaree's room, that was all you. Oh my god, she actually nibbled at every single piece. That's me. Oh my god, Miss Scone is like my spirit character. She's me. I'm ever so sorry, sweeties. I didn't mean to make a mess. I just had to take a little bite here and there, didn't I? Oh, she ate little bits. Oh, she really did. I didn't want poor Sammy people getting upset, so it was just the teeniest bits and pieces. And the stand holding up the shit. You took a bite out of that too, I suppose. Oh yes, dear, of course I did. At least she admits it. It was you. You brought the whole thing crashing down. Oh, I'm sorry, my lovely. Truly I am. Now, hold on. Is that why you left the afternoon tea early? You were heading off for a second helping of sweets. Look, just please believe me, I never killed anybody, I promise. Her actions are certainly suspicious, but that's about all we can say for now. She just got curious and wanted a bite of everything. Like I said I would. Miss Scone, why is the temperature of your room set to 68 degrees? Because I hate the cold, don't I, dearie? And besides, being chilly's no good for a girl. If I want to keep my fresh-faced complexion, I've got to be careful about these things. We ladies have to stay young, don't you know? I didn't know that the warm temperature helped. How old is she really, though? That's what I like to know. It's not polite to speculate on the person's age, Eddie. They call him Freddie. Do we have her age? Oh, we don't. We don't know her age. I was going to be sneaky and be like, do we know how old she is? But most of your work is made out of whipped cream. And whipped cream needs to be kept at 50 degrees or it starts to deflate. Is that so, dearie? Well, silly me, eh? I've only gone and made a whipsy. Wait, she really didn't know that? World-class confectioner, my foot. Not only did she break the rules by using fake candy, she's ignorant of basic facts about her supposed craft. I can sneak into the official wiki. It's fine, Shumi. Maybe she'll reveal it. We'll find out. If she doesn't, then we'll all go check out the wiki to find out how old she is. Miss Scone grows more mysterious by the minute. Okay. So she's answered all our questions. Let's connect them together. I think she's a fake. I think she's a fake. But why would they bring in a fake? Unless she's... Because, you know, like in certain industries where you have the face of whatever, And that person's like, yeah, I am a specialist in blah, blah, blah. Or a professional, I have a professional background in blah, blah, blah. But in actual fact, they're just fakes. And it's just a front. And they pretend to know stuff that they don't know. And it's all for like a publicity stunt or misinformation. Maybe she was brought in as that. Or like, what else is there? Presenters sometimes where they're like, especially like some arts and crafts shows where the presenter's like, oh yeah, I made this, when really it wasn't them that made it, it was someone else. And the only reason why they pretend it's them is because they're the one presenting the show and they're the one carrying the show in a sense. So they don't actually need the skill of creating or actually being good at the craft. It's just that they're the face of it. So maybe Miss Scone is sort of like that. So she's the face of, I don't know, cream and candies, confectionery stuff. But in actual fact, it's not her that does any of it. It's someone else. And she's just the face because maybe she's more presentable, more cuter, more fitting for the imagery of that sort of like theme, etc. It could possibly be any of those things. But I don't know what direction the game's going to take. Miss Scone appears to lack basic knowledge about how confectionery is created. And she says that she snuck into another entrance room for research purposes. Hardly the actions of a world-class confectioner competing for a major prize. Yeah, not how I'd picture a top pro actor. Does she maybe just lack a little confidence, or is she not actually a confectioner at all? Perhaps she had another agenda altogether. After all, we only have her word for it that she went into that room to do research. Wait, you mean maybe she went into there to commit a murder? There's no way of saying so for certain just yet. But she is hiding something. That much I'm certain of. Maybe she's just hiding the fact that she's not a pro. And that she's an amateur. That's enough investigating for now, don't you think? Okay, I'll go, Jetsu. I have to go to my nephew's birthday. No worries, Shroomy. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a good time at your nephew's birthday. Eat the cake. Eat the cake before anyone else does. Take a slice. Don't actually do that. Don't ruin the birthday party. Don't ruin the birthday party. Have a slice of the cake when everyone else has a slice. Can we just agree pirates are liars? Why are pirates liars, Alex? I mean, the general like consensus is that pirates are liars in general because, you know, pirates are mostly thieves and they steal things. And of course they'd lie. Lol, you'll eat cake. Lol, the fuck you mean sell the seven seas? What do you mean? What pirate has lied to you about sailing the seven seas? What pirate has jilted you of that information, Alex? Please name and shame them. Yes, we've certainly found plenty of interest. Because to sail the seven seas in a coherent path without stopping, you'd have to start at the Baltic Sea by Estonia, go around the world, and then circle back to New Guinea. My knowledge of the oceans and stuff is not very good, so I will have to take your word for it. I'll have to take your word for it. I mean, it's slightly different though, because the world has changed over the centuries. And when I say that the world has changed over the centuries, it's due to like the tectonic plates shifting, etc. So like some lands were more connected and some lands weren't, and you know they're now lands that are now under sea level, and some land that's higher than sea level that was under sea level. It's all sorts of changes. So you know they might have sailed the seven seas in a coherent path. We don't know that. we went around for what the Earth looked like back in the day. I'm making up excuses. I don't know. But I mean, those things are facts. The Earth shifts because of the tectonic plates. So there has been like major differences in terms of like lands and ocean space, etc. and stuff like that. Something's been bothering me for a while now. Mr. Von Karma would have surely found the murder weapon when he searched this room. And yet he didn't arrest Miss Scone. He didn't even seem interested in questioning her. I think our first priority should be to find out what he's really up to. Detective Bad, I have a few things I'd like to ask Mr. Von Karma. Me too. him and Scone. How could you, Paddy Bumpkin? Stop staring at me like that. It appears Detective Bad is just as suspicious of Mr. Von Karma, Miss Scone, as I am. Miss Scone, would you be so kind as to accompany us? Of course, dear. Where are we off to? To find Mr. Von Karma. I still don't know if we're any closer to finding out what actually happened. We also know that Frost has a different identity as well. Oh no, what's going on? Hang on. Oh my god, my back is so itchy. 2 seconds. Oh my god, that scritch feels good. Tell the Seven Seas when they were like 4 feet tall for the height standards back then. The average life expectancy was 40. They had such a bad immune system, the common cold would kill them. And sailing the seas back then from Spain to England, for example, took months. So imagine how long sailing the world would take. I mean, it's also true. However, you'd be surprised at how resilient some people can be. I know there's like obviously different types of viruses, bacteria, etc, etc. But if humans weren't that resilient towards these things, I don't think we would have survived. I don't think us people right now in this day and age would be alive if humans weren't resilient. So, you know, I give them that. Humans are a lot more resilient than you think. And in regards to sailing the Seven Seas as well, yes, it took months. However, it didn't mean like it doesn't mean that it'd take years though. So they could have still done it throughout the span. And I mean, yes, the average life expectancy was 40 or near enough around 40 around that age. But you also forget that a lot of people left home at a much younger age as well back then. Some probably left as soon as they were able to walk, or some were sold on to be like I don't know the names, ship porters or deck sweepers or whatever at young ages, or maybe lost their parents at a young age and then had no choice but to join like maybe pirate ships or other places to earn some money, or like have a roof over their head, or be able to get food, etc. You know, people did all sorts of things to survive. So the life expectancy thing, I'm not so fussed about. I wouldn't be surprised if they travelled since young on a ship and had actually travelled the Seven Seas. Also love the fact that I'm just beefing with pirates for no reason, like they're allowed to fight back. Well, I'm doing my best to semi-defend their case as a non-representative. But yeah, you know, all sorts of things could have happened, which we'd never know. And like I said, for all we know, they could have sailed the Seven Seas. It might not have been like in just the span of their adult life. It could have been the span of their whole entire life in which they experienced that. Mr. Von Karma, we'd like to speak with you if that's all right. Judging by your faces, I'm guessing you found the murder weapon. We did. It was in Miss Scone's room. Which means that Mr. Tangaria should no longer be the only person of interest. Nonsense. And to give her props, the oldest person to live from that time was a woman who lived 100. Wow, that's amazing. There's also been stories of like female pirate captains as well, and they seem to be more fierce than the men. Honestly, some of the stuff I've read, I'm just like, wow, you are amazing. Also, I nearly forgot, it's International Women's Day today, so go to pirate ladies or lady pirates. Cheers to the lady pirates who set the path for women to be empowered. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh dear. It doesn't matter where the weapon was found. Tangaria is guilty. Also, she's one of the only people to see 3 centuries. 3 centuries? Wait, hang on. But isn't centuries 100 years? So how could she have seen 3? Oh, right, hang on. Yes. The 18th, 19th and 20th. Is that even possible? It is if she was born in the very end parts of the 1800s, then lived throughout the 19th century, and then died at the very beginning of the 20th. Thank you so much for the fart, sandwichy. Thank you for redeeming the snack. Thank you for the hydrate. And I'm expecting a stretch afterwards as well. Let me give you that stretch. Why the fart again? Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I need to do more stretching. Oh, that walk. But yes, that makes sense. Okay, 3 centuries. Yes, you are right. She could have. You're very right. I had to think of that. I was like, 110, 3 centuries, really? And I was like, no, you are right. Yeah, she was born in the last ends of the 1800s, then lived her entire life through the 1900s, and then 1793. Yes, because it's the year. Oh, right, okay. I forget sometimes. Died in 1901. She lived a very long life. What is the oldest age of someone being alive for? Is that 120? I could be wrong. And as long as this is my case, guilty he shall remain. I can be so sure of Mr. Tangaria's guilt. You have an explanation, I assume, for why the murder weapon was in Miss Scone's room. Of course I do, and I'll be delighted to share it with you. I was close. 122. I was very close. Is it also a woman? Or was it a man? I can't remember. 1977? Wow. Yeah, see? It was a woman. We definitely live longer. Tangaria killed Frost with one of Scone's salt lamps in order to frame her for the murder. To complete the deception, he took it back to her room once the deed was done. After all, if it had been found near the victim's body, Tangaria would have seemed doubly suspicious. A body may be hard to move, but a murder weapon, considerably less so. And that is why there was no piece of evidence on the scene that pointed to a particular suspect. Jean-Louis, was she French? The oldest man ever was behind her by 6 years and died at 160. So close. So close. But yet so far. So it's your assertion Mr. Tangaria took the salt lamp back to Miss Scone's room? It is indeed. But it is more than an assertion. It is a fact based on my own investigation. You mean you have proof that he did so? I don't need any such thing. But if you have the rebuttal, I'd be happy to hear it out. But I highly doubt you'll be able to fault my logic. Oh, we do have a rebuttal. He is a pain, though. But we're going to press him, if he'll allow us. So he took one of the salt lamps from Miss Scone's room back to his own. Indeed. He prepared it beforehand, knowing that it would be the perfect weapon with which to kill Frost. But we found the lamp in Miss Scone's room. He was born 22 years after her. Oh, so he was... Wait, hang on. So what years... So she was born 1875. Oh my god, maths isn't mathing. 6, 8. So he died 8 years after she did. Right? Am I right? 8 years after she did. Is my maths right? Oh, a lot more years. My maths is wrong. My maths is wrong. My maths is very wrong. And to think I actually maths for work. Oh, I can't mental maths at all. I can maths on paper. I can work out on paper, maybe. No, Asian card revoked. Oh, you missed it, Sandwichy. I was talking about how I burn really easily in the sun, which my friends also say I'm a fake Asian because they're like, you're Asian, how can you burn so easily in the sun? It's like, I just do, all right, just do. My Asian card is revoked so many times. It's like in shreds, ripped up, shredded, never to be returned back to me. Maybe I'm not even a banana. I'm just a snowflake. I'm just a snowflake. You're American? Oh, I mean, I'm British. Which reminds me of a story. My sister was telling me there's no Asian for me. I mean, you are Asian. Even in just terms looks wise, you're still Asian. I am British, yes. Thank you. Oh, so reminded me of a story that my sister told me. The top 10 oldest people ever were all women. See, women are just better. Women are just better. So yeah, my sister's working retail. This was years ago, and she told me about how this guy came into the store, and I think he was interested in her, wanted to try and chat her up. So the first thing he says to her, it's not the pickup line that he chooses is, "Hi, I'm from Germany." And so she's like, "Okay, that's nice. How can I help you?" And then it's like, "Yeah, I'm from Germany." She's like, "Yeah, okay, I heard you the first time, but how can I help you?" Whoa, pickup line. "Hi, I'm from Germany." Good for you, mate. I'm from England. Oh dear. The youngest of the group being 170. 117, so they're still older than the oldest man to die. Than the oldest man. Yeah, that's impressive. I have no idea how Asia works. I'm not Asian. I mean, no one really knows how Asia works, really. Asia's just the land of chaos, right? I don't know if you've been to like places like China and stuff. So I travel to Hong Kong quite a bit, and I occasionally go to China. I'm not. I mean, and the only reason why I'm not a big fan of going to China is I've mostly gone with the aunties, and it's been a bit like It's been like But oh my god, right? So I went to China, with one of the aunties, and we were just walking, and the roads, it is absolutely bloody mental. You got buses, you got cars, you got lorries, you got bikes, motorbikes, people. It's a free for all. There is no rule of anything. It's just pure chaos. It's no wonder people get run over on these roads. Even I was too scared to even cross the road because of how chaotic it was. It's like, I don't know what I'm looking out for. I don't know if I'm looking out for that bus, for that lorry, for that car, for that person, for that bike, or for that motorbike. How do you even cross this road? How do you cross it? There's traffic lights, and no one adheres to the rules. They have their own rules. They just abide by their own rules. It's impressive, but really scary all at the same time. Speaking of Asia, list of oldest people, mostly these Japanese citizens. Do you know what? A lot of it is due to dietary reasons as to why a lot of people have long lives. So, like, considering the diet in Japan is mainly like raw fish isn't the only thing, but they have a lot more, obviously, like fresh fish, fresh vegetables, not so much the fruit side of things, because fruit is very expensive in Japan, but like their veg and their like proteins are very like different to how us Westerners have our protein. So like, and you guys are going to be like, oh, that's really disgusting, but you can actually eat raw chicken in Japan. Obviously not all chicken, certain types of chicken. It's the way they breed their chickens and bring up their chickens. It's much cleaner, and you are less likely to get salmonella from eating raw chicken in Japan than you are from eating raw chicken here in the UK or in America. I still feel weird about it. I wouldn't eat raw chicken. It's a very weird. It's a very weird thing to do, especially considering like when you've grown up with being told you have to eat it properly cooked. Even in like Chinese culture, we have to have it like properly cooked as well. But yeah, it's just that the diets are so different, so it doesn't surprise me that, you know, it comes from the countries that are a bit more healthier in terms of their dietary. As you know what I'm trying to say. My words, I cannot word today, honestly. America come in second with 3. Okay, so they have 3 at least. So it's not all due to dietary stuff, clearly. We've seen the foods that come out of America. No shade. So, I mean, I enjoy some of the foods, especially like pancakes. American pancakes are just brilliant. They're much, in my opinion, they're much better than the crepes. I'm not a fan of crepes. I don't mind them. I'll eat them, but they're not my first choice. If I'm going to have pancakes, I want them fluffy. I want them thick, and I want them covered in golden syrup. Golden syrup. France and Spain are tied for 2, but France has the oldest person ever. Okay. Wow. I think I watched a documentary. It was a Zac Efron documentary. He went around and he was looking at like different foods in different countries and water as well. He did a documentary about water. There was an episode about water. And I think he met up with, so the lady that he met up wasn't the oldest in the world, but she was the oldest in her village at 100 and something years of age. I can't remember. And he spoke to her, and she was very, so like you kind of tend to expect someone of that age to not be fully there, because as we get older, obviously our brains deteriorate and we probably start to go a little bit loopy. But the old lady was pretty like very there. But she was just talking about how, you know, her dietary is mostly she has a lot of olive oil in her diet. But obviously the olive oil that she has isn't as processed as probably the stuff that we buy from the supermarket, and it's more like from its natural sources, etc. And, you know, it's probably a lot better for consumption. American food is arranged to give me the healthiest to the most unhealthy. That is also true, which is also true for any culture, to be honest, Amaji. So I shouldn't really judge America for their foods. And also, the top 25 oldest ever women sweep the list with 19 of 25. A woman sweep the list. Okay, wow. So it's more than half the list are women. That is, yeah. We're getting a very educational stream today about the oldest people alive. But we found the lamp in Miss Scone's room. Surely this casts Miss Scone herself in suspicious light. Perhaps if you would let me finish. Now, as I was saying... Hold it. You're talking about the lamp made of rock salt that was hidden inside the candy castle, right? Precisely. I was the one who found it. So be grateful. It's all thanks to me. You even have a chance. You even have such a vital piece of evidence. What made you go inside the castle in the first place, if you don't mind me asking? A good point. Maybe you just wanted to see what it was like in there. Fools. You think I went in there on a whim? I went in there because detectives are an incompetent lot, so I investigated it myself. That is impressive, because all the top 10 are women and then another 9 slip into the list. And then another 9 comes joins. I had nothing to do with the initial investigation. That's right, Detective Bad wasn't part of this investigation until very recently. If you want my trust, Detective, you'll have to earn it. And a good first step would be to stop wasting my time. And now, if you allow me to continue. I'm also curious about Von Karma because he's got his ears pierced. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. You wouldn't think a man like him would have his ears pierced. Okay, let's press this one. But he came under suspicion anyway due to the body being in his room. So why would you like to hear a favourite expression of mine? Even a dog can hold still and stay. Now let me finish. Oh, he doesn't like being interrupted. If only I could say the same to you. There's a level of care I have for my health. I'm going to enjoy my processed cookies. If I can live into 100, I'll just get to 80 and die. I mean, 80 isn't a bad age either. So in Chinese culture, if you live past 60s, you are considered to have lived a full life. So yeah, 80 isn't too bad. So you think he hid the body in the chest, but removed the murder weapon from the crime scene. Yes, he foolishly believed his own creation to be the perfect hiding place. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to help myself. I think you mean you couldn't help yourself, no? She doesn't seem very sorry to me. In any case, the weapon was taken away while the body remained at the scene of the crime. But if there's no proof, how can you say for certain that Mr. Tangeray is the culprit? Is that the best you can do at pressing me? Listen here. The presence of the body in Tangeray's room is in itself proof enough of his guilt. And you didn't find evidence pointing to any other possible suspect. Perhaps you should take another look. You really don't give up, do you? There is no need to take another look. Tangeray is guilty, end of story. If you insist on asserting otherwise, then show me some proof to back up your ridiculous claims. I have to think back over the scene of the crime. If Mr. Tangeray really isn't guilty, then there must be something that points to somebody else. Pressing Mr. Von Karma on any of his statements won't have much of an effect, I fear. My only hope is to find a piece of evidence that contradicts his claims. Okay, so what evidence do we have? Why there's no piece of evidence on the scene that points to a particular suspect, which isn't true. Thank you so much, Lurk. No worries. Thank you so much, Sandwichy, and thank you for the file. Thank you for stopping by. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you have a good luck. I think it's the cloth, right? Yeah, I was right. It's true that the murder weapon and the blood-stained chocolate were removed from the scene of the crime, but something else remained that does point to one person in particular. Take another look at the photograph of the body, if you will. The cloth covering the victim's lower half. Is that not one of the same luminous cloths we found in Miss Scone's room? Dun dun dun. Was that, dearie? One of my lovely colourful cloths at the scene of the crime, you say? Luminous cloth. Nonsense. I see no light to speak of. I guess he doesn't know how it works. It may look like ordinary fabric at first glance, but attach one of these light emitting devices, and the difference soon becomes apparent. Got you there, Von Karma. Look at his face. I don't think he was expecting that. And the fact that the cloth can be lit up is neither here nor there. We have to show why it's important. One of the rolls of cloth from Miss Scone's room went missing, and if you look closely at the blue cloth in the picture, wouldn't you say it's clearly made of the same material, Mr. Von Karma? The salt lamp and the luminous cloth both belong to Miss Scone, and seeing as the body was wrapped in said cloth, surely even you have to admit that's suspicious. Mr. Von Karma, I think it's time to accept that a number of factors point to Miss Scone as a person of interest. Oh, did she pick up with her foot? Greggy Pegleg, how could you? You're accusing me of all people? I'm not accusing you of anything just yet, but I do think you're hiding something. That's not... Just to clarify, your assertion is that both the murder weapon and the cloth were in Miss Scone's room prior to the murder. Exactly. Oh? Is something funny? Only that you've walked so carelessly into my trap. Neither the cloth nor the murder weapon were in fact in her room, so sorry to have to break it to you. What does he mean? Tangaria spotted them before the contest began and noted that the lamps and cloths contravened the rules. He subsequently confiscated them and took them to his own room for safekeeping. What? Then, after the contest began, nobody saw hide nor hair of Frost, as he had secluded himself in his room. And the only person capable of entering his locked room was Tangaria, possessing as he did the only key. And as you now know, he is also in possession of the lamp used to commit the murder, so you see. I've had everything I need to get Tangaria convicted all along. Well, how does it feel? To have lost to me before even setting foot in the courtroom. This can't be happening. Wait, all our hard work was for nothing? Miss Scone, why didn't you tell us your stuff was confiscated by Mr. Tangaria? Well, dear, Mannequin said that if I spilled the beans, I'd end up being the one under suspicion. Mr. Von Karma said that. And he wasn't wrong now, was he? You two accused me yourselves just a second ago. But that's because we didn't have all the facts. Pathetic. Oh, you rude man. Curse you, Von Karma. You led us to the murder weapon knowing we'd make certain assumptions as a result. But one more thing, my pathetic friend. There are 2 and only 2 sets of fingerprints on the murder weapon. 2? Yes, those of Delicia Scone and Samson Tangaria. No others were found. Tangaria used the lamp he had confiscated to murder Frost and was foolish enough to hide it in Scone's room without first removing his fingerprints. At this rate, no one will even need to testify. My perfect evidence will do all the talking for me as I secure his guilty verdict. But wait, what about the luminous cloth that was left behind in Mr. Tangaria's room? What about it? He probably meant to return it after disposing of the body. I don't have enough to disprove any of what he's saying. No more pitiful objections. Then get out of my sight and close the door behind you. Mr. E. I'm not about to just give up. I see you mean to waste more of my time. Bad. Escort them off the premises now. Oh, this investigation's not over yet. Detective Bad. What is the meaning of this? Sorry, but I'm not in the habit of leaving cases half solved. There's still one last thing from the crime scene we haven't identified. He's right. We still have the evidence of somebody's activities to account for. We can discuss your lingering doubts at our leisure, detective. But whatever they might be, they're no business of the defence's. I beg to differ. There's a piece of evidence I'm still not satisfied about either. And I suspect it might be the same thing that's bothering Detective Bad. What? This is the yet unidentified something that was left in Tangaria's room. This, right? The sill. We still haven't properly identified this piece of evidence. Oh, it's not the sill. That's not what I was thinking of. Oh. It seems you're the only one who isn't satisfied here. And I assure you, there is no such thing as an unidentified piece of evidence to a Von Karma. I picked the wrong thing. I sure did. Still, same question does remain. This is the yet unidentified something that was left in Mr. Tangaria's room. What is it? The fingerprints? Oh, it is. Okay. They're finger marks in one of Mr. Tangaria's creations. Supposing they belong to the murderer. It could certainly explain how their prints didn't end up on the murder weapon. How did you know so much about the crime scene? Because I let them look around. You let the defense examine the scene, Bad. Are you out of your mind? I don't remember you telling me not to. Insolent worm. You do well to remember this then, detective, that the results of your next salary review are up to me. Oof. Detective Bad's in trouble now, too. I'm sure glad you're my boss, Mr. Edworth. You do well to remember the results of your salary review are up to your performance here. Oh my god, and you do well to remember that the results of your salary review are up to your performance here. A mere attorney uncovering such a fact based on a cursory investigation. I'm almost impressed. But it's entirely possible that those finger marks belong to Tangaria. After all, he wore gloves while preparing his creations. But can you prove conclusively that the finger marks are his? Furthermore, there is still something about Mr. Scone. There is something about Miss Scone that doesn't add up. Is there? Or are you simply not prepared to admit defeat? Oh, stop it, Greggy. Stop it. Why are you being so mean to your poor old pal Delicia? I owned up to nibbling poor Sammy Pupil's sweeties. What more do you want? I don't want to have to make you a suspect. That much is certain. But you lied to us. And you're still not telling us everything. Oh, Greggy. Stop it. Stop bullying me. I'm sorry, but you don't even know the temperature whipped cream should be at. What kind of professional confectioner doesn't know something as fundamental as that? I'm sorry, alright. I'm sorry, I'm just a silly, muddle-headed girl. What more do you want me to say? I don't think you were muddle-headed at all. I think that you were never a confectioner in the first place. Enough. I'll thank you to keep your baseless accusations to yourself. Evidence is everything in a courtroom, in case you've forgotten. If you're going to accuse a witness of perjury, then I demand that you present something to back it up. But this isn't a courtroom, is it? Nevertheless, what proof do I have that Miss Scone doesn't know the first thing about making desserts? Well, she broke the rules, for starters.
Take that.
Every single one of Miss Scone's creations break the rules of the contest. The offending items, the cloths and the lamps, were duly confiscated, as we have established. The witness did not go and bring them back to her room herself. But those weren't the only rule-breaking items in her room. What? The entire fantastical world Miss Scone created, every last bit of it, is all just a collection of plastic models slathered in whipped cream. That cream is the only authentic confectionery in the room. No real-world title contender would ever stoop so low. Is this true, Bad? Yup, saw it with my own eyes. Stepped in it with my own shoes. Oh, he's still bitter about stepping in the cream. And to be fair though, it's not... Yeah, getting cream on your shoe, especially stepping in it as well. That's a real mess. It creates a real mess. Did we finally convince him? With her lies exposed like this, surely you can't continue to deny the facts. Miss Scone, your actions place you firmly on our list of suspects. But no, dear, I'm no killer. And then why don't you finally start telling us the truth? Who are you really, and why were you tampering with your rival's work? All right. Who is she really? The truth is, I'm not the adorable little cook you see before you. I'm actually a pharmacist, if you can believe it. A pharmacist? I can't blame you for being so surprised. This couldn't be further from what we'd imagined. But what somebody in your line of work didn't enter in a contest like this one? Well, I just love eating sweeties, if you must know. And Sammy Pupil's sweets are the best. Or they say. Also they say I just had to enter. I didn't mean to end up making it all the way to the final. Oh shit, wow, that's pure luck. Even Mr. Von Karma is lost for words. That's it? That's the only reason you're here? Yes, dearie, and it was worth it. Damson Silly Pants sweeties are the tastiest treats I ever did eat. And the finger marks. Were you the one wearing the gloves? No, that wasn't me, dear. I don't even wear gloves. Remember, Miss Scone, fingerprints were found elsewhere on Mr. Tangari's other creations. I say that points to her not having worn any gloves. Exactly, Lankin. Gravy peg legs are the right end of the stick. I'm an innocent woman. Is your head filled with cream too? Sorry, mannequins. Her head may not be filled with cream, but she's certainly no master of subterfuge. Subterfuge. Oh my god. Subterfuge? Oh my god, that word. Miss Scone, were Mr. Tangari's works the only ones you sampled? No, dear, I couldn't help myself. When I'd finished my afternoon tea, I tiptoed over to Chili Wink's room for a little taste too. Oh my god, you were in the victim's room too? Yes, dear, nobody was in there, you see. Quite possibly because the occupant was already dead. But I could only stomach one little bite, never taste anything so salty in my life. So I had myself one of the tasty star-shaped bits off the side of the to cleanse my palate. You have quite the sweet tooth, don't you, Miss Scone? Indeed. What didn't she sample? That's everything, I promise. Greggy Pagels, mannequins, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make a mess of things. As long as what you've told us is the truth, that's all that matters in the end. Do not think for a second that this means I myself believe you. I'm going to investigate the victim's room now. We'll see how truthful you've really been after I'm through. Mr. Von Karma, please let us accompany you. I think it's only fair that we be allowed to investigate the veracity of your conclusions. Accompany me if you like, but don't think for a second you'll be permitted to conduct your own investigation. We'd like to accompany you all the same. But what are we going to discover? Ooh, sorry. What is the meaning of this? Oh, it's completely melted. When we got to Frost's room, we saw nada. It was all gone. The whole enchilada. We saw nada, the whole enchilada. He rhymed. Was this the work of the culprit? A dead body hidden in the chocolate chest, a murder weapon moved mysteriously to another room. This case was a real peach, and it was going to take some serious sleuthing to get to the bottom of it all. Is it to be continued? It is! What? What? Yes, save progress. Yes, overwrite. So we didn't even discover who the murderer was. And all the evidence disappeared as well. Oh, we're back to the present. We're back to the present. Let's go. Okay. Whoa, went deep on that one. Sorry, Mazzarino. Didn't mean to bend your ear for so long. I had no idea that was how it all came about. I read the files, but they don't go into anywhere near that level of detail. I'll bet my paint things in a much rosier light for the prosecution too. Von Karma was the one in charge after all. What happened to the case after that? Well, what with the ice sculptures vanishing from the victim's room, things had a bit of a rough patch. So rough, in fact, that it took a full year before they could even reach a verdict in the trial. A year? This was back before they brought in the whole initial trial thing. You didn't have to finish up double quick time like you do nowadays. You see. Oh yeah, because... Right, so in the Ace Attorney world, you only get 3 days to basically present your case, present your evidence, and then a verdict is reached. You only get 3 days. I don't know. Obviously, that's not the same here in the UK. It does take some time sometimes. But 3 days to come up with a verdict is absolutely crazy, I think. It's so rushed. I see. Did they ever find out how the victim's creations managed to just disappear? Well, they were sorbets or frozen desserts or whatever you want to call them. Ice, in other words. And if it's made of ice, it can melt, which is exactly what they concluded must have happened. But there's a chance that wasn't how things actually went down. What do you mean? But this place is a gallery these days, but back then, it was Samson Tangaria's place, yeah? Indeed, and the site of the IS-7 incident. Well, word is Frost's ice sculptures are suddenly back on display 18 years after that fateful day. The very sculptures the victim made? Who knows? Could be they're just modelled on the originals, but I figured it was worth coming down for a little look-see, just in case. Seemed like the least I could do for poor old Gregory. Well, alrighty then. Let's go back. Let's go take a look at these ice marvels, shall we, kiddo? I believe they're on display in the winter room, as it's very snazzy known. So who owns the gallery? So, Winter Wing. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. The gallery's open for biz, but the Wonder Wing's off limits? What gives? Fender. Perhaps you should look more closely at the pamphlet we were given. The Winter Wing is over there. Also, Zodiac Hall? It is? Freaky. Could have sworn it was this one. Anywho, shall we? Time to dive on in and see what we should have seen 18 years ago. But surely it wouldn't be the same though. Oh my god! It's Master Mask and his wife! Oh my god! Are they there to steal? Ooh, I see. They're still keeping it chilly as all heck in these rooms. I'm about to turn into a popsicle stick. It is the winter wing, you know, but you're right, it's like a freezer in here. It could be a trick for the light, but it looks like the whole room is made of ice. Is that the same salt rock? Or the, yeah, is that the same salt rock that was used? The temperature controls will be somewhere at the back there if memory serves. Hey, Master, can you go peep the degree count? I'm thinking complaints and management is in order. There is such a thing as too cold, yeah? Alright, if you insist. Take your time, mosey around and take in the sights while you're at it. I've got a camera I need to prep for action. Feel like your pop might appreciate a picture of all this. I'll put it on his grave so you can have a gander. Of course. I wonder if Miles visits his dad's grave. Leaving so soon, Miles. Stick around, taking the sights. Might as well while we're here. I didn't mean to try to leave. It's too cold. I was thinking of heading somewhere warmer. If you want, I can lend you some of the good old fender threads. In exchange for your jacket, of course. I'll be fine, thank you. Seems I have to stick it out a little longer. Yeah, I didn't mean to try to leave. Huh? Oh, what's he discovered? Fender, I can't seem to find the temperature controls you mentioned. Oh yeah? It's a little tricky if you don't know where it's at. Here, I'll have it open for you in a jiffy. Huh? Damn thing's locked. Makes sense, I guess. Wouldn't want physicists cranking up the thermostat and melting the art. According to the pamphlet, the winter wing is kept at a constant 27 degrees. Oh wee, that's colder than the snowman's cold bits. I'm gonna freeze to death in here. Guess there's only one thing for it. Somebody's getting a snuggle. What is wrong with Eddie? Hey, what's with that icy stare? You want me to freeze to death? No. Okay. Ooh. There are 2 large ice sculptures on display here. I guess these are remakes of Frost's work from 18 years back. Real eye-catching stuff. Ice sculptures are a heck of an art form, huh? It is. These are the works my father never got to see. To think that I get to see them instead, so many years later. Sorry to bother you while you're deep in think hole, Master, but would you mind looking at this way a sec? This way? Beautiful, yep, just like that. Oh, is he taking a picture? Oh my god, that's so adorable! That's so cute! Oh my god! He looks so confused! Oh, that's so cute! Fender, really? Say cheese! Oh, okay, that's so cute. Please don't do that again. I don't like having my picture taken. My bad, big guy, my bad. I had to check if this old thing was still working is all. Now that you mention it, your camera does look rather ancient. Yup, vintage model. Oh, it's a Polaroid. You ever hear of an instant camera? It develops the picture right after you take the shot. Still twist my noggin trying to think how it works. I know what an instant camera is, although I've never used one. Should have known Mr. Know-It-All would know it all. You really are your father's son. Alright, step aside. I need to get some good shots of the room here. All he's joking, he looks very serious about the pictures he's taking. He must have his own theories about the IS-7 incident. Ooh, I should have been paparazzo. These are gold, and they're developed right away, wanna see? I mean, whilst Polaroids are good, and they're fun, I don't think that, I mean, they've got this very film-like, old school film-like quality to them. Well, since you've already shoved one in my face. Alright, Brainiac, question. What do these 2 sculptures represent? They appear to represent Taurus and Gemini, 2 constellations best observed during wintertime. Bingo, he shoots, he scores. Ooh, you're a regular encyclopedia, Master. Yes, that's why this is the winter wing, right? Because they have the winter star stuff on display here. Anyway, seeing as I'm the nicest old rogue on the block, that one's yours for keepsies. Thanks. It's going to be used as evidence later, isn't it? So the victim made these same Zodiac statues out of the flavoured ice for the contest 18 years ago. Sure did, lovingly crafted, life-size desserts. I only ever saw the old ones in photos though. But these are the spit of the originals. So this is what you wanted to show me? Yep, I think Gregor would have wanted you to see him too. And I may not have had it in me to come here on my own. Sorry to drag you along. Not at all. I'm happy to be able to see where my father's final case unfolded. Good to hear you say so, Palio. What say we grab another quick snap to commemorate this heartwarming occasion? Absolutely not. Oh, right. I don't think they're real ice sculptures. It's a statue of a rather ferocious looking bull, not a gaze one would want to be fixed with. But then, I was always taught to return a stare with a stare. Although in this case, discretion might be the better part of valour. There's a huge block of ice on display here. It must be incredibly heavy, though maybe not, what with it being hollow on the inside. There's a constellation engraved onto the surface, along with some explanatory text. The Pleiades? Blades? Known to some as Subaru? They form part of the larger constellation of Taurus. But why cram so many stars into one tiny part of the single constellation? I guess people in ancient times weren't hugely careful about such things. Alrighty, I got the shots I wanted. Shall we scoot on over to another wing and see what's cooking? Might as well do the full tour while we're here. I suppose so. Oh? What was that? It came from the fountain room. Come on, let's go see what's up. Are we in the midst of another oh my god, it's Larry. Oh my god, Edra, that was me this morning on my walk. Out of breath and struggling. That was definitely me. Hey, that's the guy, that's one of the contestants from the case. There's someone on the ground and is that? It's Larry. Larry, what are you doing here? Actually, never mind that. What on earth is going on? Edgy! You should have seen it. It was awful. Just calm down and tell me why there is an unconscious man on the floor. I didn't do anything. He just fell down in front of me. Wait, I know this guy. He's not dead, is he? Oh, it's everyone. Is everything alright? Oh, who's saying that? Don't you know it's rude to make a racket in an art gallery, you naughty boys? I think that would have been Scone. Wait, the smell. He's still breathing, but I know these symptoms. It's not safe, Miles. We need to get everybody out of here. Everyone with me. There isn't a moment to lose. There's poison gas coming out of that room. Oh, wait, poison gas? That took a quick turn. How's the victim doing, Vendor? Not good. He inhaled a lot of gas. He's still out and it sounds like it's pretty serious. But the paramedics said there are no signs of external injury and that he was conscious before it happened. Anyway, he's alive, just barely. He's lucky we found him when we did. But like I said, he's not out of the woods yet. They put him on the medical room with a specialist. I see. I couldn't help noticing that it seemed like you knew him, Fender. Sure do. That was Carmelo Gusto. He was here back when the whole IS-7 thing went down. Infectioneer. So he was here 18 years ago too. Any hoozles, this guy here seems like he's in rude health. Oh, pal of yours, Marcelino? Yes, something like that. I'm glad you're okay, Larry. Something like that? Are you serious, Edgy? You've known me since elementary school. Crush a guy's feelings, why don't you? Anyway, You know you're supposed to call me Lawrence the Nim when I'm dressed like this. Oh my god, is this when he meets who does he meet? He meets another artist. I can't remember her name. This is, I think it's Mia Maya's mum as well. So no more Larry, okay? You got that? This is Larry Butts. He's a bit of a troublemaker, but he's one of my only friends from back when we were little kids. Ever since he developed a passion for art, he's been trying to make it big as Larice the Nim. But new name or not, he's still the same old Larry. Whoa, grade school buddies. I need to go tell Gregory about this. He'll be over the moon to hear you have a pal. He was always worried you never clicked with anybody. Hear that, Edgy? You're lucky to have a friend like me. I never knew I was the cause of such worries from my father. Never mind that, Larry. What are you doing here? Larice, Edgy. How many times do I have to tell you it's Larice? What are you doing here? Eek. What's with the demon eyes? Alright, I'll talk. Just stop looking at me like that. Good. Now talk. You want to know why I'm here? Why the heck do you think? For my art, of course. Oh, and I'm coming on a day with Lulu soon, so I thought I'd better scope the place out. But not actually for your art at all. Larice, my man, an artist and a romantic. You'll have to introduce me to this lady friend of yours. Oh, sure, it's nice to have somebody take an interest for once. Spare me. Oh, by the way, Lucericio, did you notice anything when you found the victim? Nothing in particular. Didn't you say you'd seen something awful? Oh, that. The old guy, he just appeared and then splat. He was on the floor, scared the life out of me. But for once, I had nothing to do with any of it. Don't look so proud. That's the least we should be able to hope for. He is usually always in the centre of it. Honoured guests, I can only apologise for the trouble you've experienced. I'm Judy Bound, the gallery manager. Oh, she's managing the place. Another person from the IS7 incident. Good to see you, Judes. Oh, she's grown up. Wow, she looks a lot more mature. I couldn't think of the word because she looked quite young when we first investigated the case, and she's looking much older now. Mr. Fender, it's always a pleasure. She was at the reception desk when we arrived, so she's the one in charge here. I can't believe you had to go through something so awful and on our first day in business. Hey, quit that. It's not your fault. Oh, wait. I guess I better introduce you guys. Judy, meet Miles Edruff, son of the late, great Gregory. Really? You're Mr. Edruff's son? Well. What is she doing? She's like dancing. Isn't this fabulous? That great man's son here with us. 18 long years has passed, but now look, he's here at last. Oh, she's singing. It's very lovely to meet you, Mr. Fine Attorney number 2. Judy, that was the bomb. I see you're in good voice as ever. Miles Edruff, prosecutor. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, you're a prosecutor. I'm so sorry. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions. She's very polite, but there's something strange about her. Hey Judy, can I get an autograph? You can write it in here. Well, if you're sure you'd even want such a thing. Why do you want it? Larry? Rude. You know who she is, right? Come on, Master. You don't keep up with show business or nothing. I guess that's no big surprise. What's going on? Why are they looking at me like that? Judy here is a living legend. It's not just TV, movies, musicals, chart-topping hits, you name it. Don't be silly. I'm just a humble art gallery owner now. I finally quit the biz for good. I finished shooting my last movie just the other day, in fact. Some of my co-stars were even kind enough to say that they would come visit once we opened. Anyway, here you are and good luck with your artistic endeavours. Thank you so much, Judy. I'll treasure it till my dying day. Ah. You and me are peas in a pod, Larice. Peas in a gosh dang pod. How lovely for you both. Mars is that. That's nice. Larry, could you go practice your drawing somewhere or something? You did come all the way to an art gallery after all. It would be a shame to waste the opportunity. A real artist drawing our exhibits? What an honour. I guess even you can have a bright idea once in a while, Edgy. Alright, Judy, seeing as you were so nice about it, I guess I will. Be right back. He's a real life wire, that one. That's one way of putting it. I can only apologise. By the way, there was another woman with you before. Where is she now? You mean Delicia? Delicia Scone. She's in the medical room helping to care for Mr. Gusto. I call it the medical room, but it's nothing quite so grand, of course. I couldn't stay with them as I'm the only one on staff, and I can't leave the gallery unattended for long. Oh, Delicia Scone. We've heard that name before, haven't we, Fender? Sure have. Sounds like our IS7 bingo card is complete. Something tells me this isn't a coinky dinky. Oh my god. Perhaps I could offer you gentlemen a cup of tea. A drop of the old Judy Bounce special blend. Why not, for old time's sake? That would be lovely, thank you. Can I have tea? Clink, clink, clatter, clatter. They really had to... Now if you both excuse me. I better go and explain things to the other visitors. You go do your thing, Juice. Thanks again. She's still serving tea though. This aroma. Ceylon? Oh, I never researched into actually how to pronounce this. I believe. Let's give it a try. Ceylon? Ceylon? This is a fine blend, a top quality Ceylon indeed. Its citrus aroma. It's said to improve one's ability to concentrate, right? Your old man said those exact words 18 years ago. It really takes me back. There's just one difference. G's called the sauces back then. Not today though, it seems. Anyway, don't you think this is a little odd? Every single person from the 18-year-old case all assembled in the same place at the same time. Yes, it almost feels as if an investigation is in order. Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender. We heard you got caught up in a poison gas attack, so we came as fast as we could. Well, if it isn't the cavalry, come on team, bring it in. No way. Besides, you're both doing just fine. Gummy and I got ourselves all worked up over nothing. Detective Gumshoe, what were you thinking bringing Kay with you? Sorry, sir. I knew it was dangerous, what with the poison gas and all, but she wouldn't take no for an answer. I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran, but I just couldn't shake her off. Well, when it comes to running away, the great thief right here is the world champ. Then run away, don't chase the poor detective. Don't be mean, Miles. All set, sir. Just say the word and I'll head in there and start investigating. You guys stay here, that gas could still be dangerous. Alright, we're counting on you, detective. Oh my god, they're sending Gumshoe in? Good luck in there, Dickie boy. No way, Gummy almost looked like a real detective. I'm so proud of him. But he is a real detective. Where's he gonna find? This is Edgeworth speaking. Mr. Edgeworth, looks like the gas is mostly dissipated, sir. Oh, is it in the ice? Oh, it's damaged. What is going on? Very good, detective. Now calm down and tell me what you see. Yes, sir. First up, the exhibit. There's a statue of two people on the left, and on the right, some kind of two-horned animal. Wait, a statue of two people and a two-horned animal? That sounds familiar. In fact, it sounds identical to the display in the Winter Wing. Other than that, the place is looking pretty damp. The sprinklers sprayed the place good. Must be what stopped the gas from spreading. The sprinklers? Are there any signs of a fire? No, sir. And the fire alarm hasn't been triggered either. Sprinklers look like the type that detect heat and smoke. When they detect something, they send an alarm, either fire or smoke, to the security room. I guess they read the gas as smoke and triggered the smoke alarm that way. And is anyone in the security room? And was anyone in the security room when that alarm went off? This place only has one employee, and that's Judy Bound, the manager. And she was at the reception desk across from the security room the whole time since the gallery opened. So she heard the alarm from across the way and turned on the sprinklers. Yep, seems they can only be switched on manually and from here. Wouldn't want the art getting soaked for no good reason, I guess. And if it's manual, you could maybe even check how bad the fire was and try and get some stuff out first. So the security setup is geared around protecting the exhibits. That makes sense in an art gallery, I guess. And one more thing, it's freezing in here. This isn't the autumn wing, that's the deep midwinter wing. The autumn wing is cold too. I checked the temperature, it's 26.7 degrees in here, sir. Why is the autumn wing being kept in the same temperature as the winter wing? Well, we can see it's exactly the same though. That's about all I've got for now. I'll let you know if I find anything else, sir. Understood. Thank you, Detective Gumshoe. What did Gummy have to say? He said that the autumn wing is actually quite wintry. Huh, I don't get it. I'm wondering what he could mean myself, but it's a bit hard to tell from out here. We should try to get in there as soon as the police are done with their investigation. Amen to that. We need to see what the deal is for ourselves. Is there anybody else who might know something in the meantime? Oh yeah, there is one guy, Miles, best bud. His what? Oh, Larry? We can ask Larry? If we have to, and I guess we have to. Wait, that's... Okay, didn't expect to see you here. You're looking as fresh-faced as ever. Yeah, long time no see. Larry, right? So here's the deal, Kate. I'm Larice right now. You see, I'm also a bit of an artist. Ah, so it's your alias. I like it. Good to see you, Larice. I always knew you were a nice, thoughtful kid. Unlike some people. He's referring to Edgeworth. Oh. Oh. Wow, that's my neck. I have some questions for you, Larry. What the? How am I a suspect? Just because I found the guy, that doesn't mean I did the crime. I never said you did. I just need you to tell us what you saw. You said you saw something awful. How so exactly? Look, I didn't see anything. I didn't do anything, okay? I don't think I did anyway. Whoa, Chief, you didn't sound too sure of yourself at the end there. There's something you should know about him, Fender. When something smells, it's usually the butts. We've all been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. His ability to attract trouble is legendary. For want of a better word, his ability to cause trouble too. I suppose I better find out what he did this time. Oh, what did Larry do this time? Our aim is to uncover something that Larry might be hiding. However, I didn't see anything and I didn't do anything and you can't prove otherwise. Oh, 3? It's almost impossible for him to keep his cool. I'll need to bide my time when he gets agitated and wait for him to calm down. Let's start by asking him to go into detail about what he's doing here. He shouldn't prove to be too much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. That's so rude, Miles. Why exactly did you come to the gallery today? What kind of question is that? What, you think I don't belong in the gallery or something? Hey, if you're going to ignore me, then I'm going to paint your portrait. And when I'm done, I'll scribble all over it. Just admit it. Admit that your testing is riddled with inconsistencies. Oh, that didn't work. What do you mean, Edgy? Why do you always gotta say stuff like that? I didn't think it would upset you so badly. Guess I should watch what I say. I need to study my opponent's reactions and pick my responses accordingly. Why exactly did you come into the gallery today? So we've already done that. Smitty. Oh, okay, no, maybe not. So we have to bide our time again. Okay. Okay, bide my time. And then buy time again. I'm joking, okay? I've never scribbled on one of my pieces. How could I? They're valuable artworks. According to you, perhaps. I imagine I might struggle to agree. Oh, laugh it up, funny guy. Luckily, some people actually believe in my work. She's called Lulu, okay? And she says my pictures are masterpieces. And if she likes something, I'll draw it for her. Anything at all. And where's this Lulu? How come you're here alone? What? A guy can't be apart from his girlfriend for 1 second? I have my own life too, you know. Fine, Lulu says she's a Gemini, okay? So I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on our date. I expect you're pretty proud of this sketch. Not so much this time, actually. But, you know, it being her sign and all, I just thought maybe she might kind of like it. What gives, Edgy? If you don't have anything to ask, let me get back to my sketching. Wait, guess I ignored him and his bad friend for too long. Oh no, we haven't got much life left. Okay, so we can skip all that. Skip this one. Oh, that's it, Edgy. You've bullied me for the last time. I'm done talking to you. Oh, okay. So we ran out of life. So we can run out of life. I can't give up now. I have to keep pushing. Alright. Once more until the breach. Okay, so we already asked him when he's here. Scribbles. Okay, it's not this one. Knife 2. Why not come here together? Just admit it. Admit that your testing's riddle. Oh no. Oh, what? Okay, so it's not come here together. I would really like you to try to tell me nothing and give so much away in the process. So to summarize, you came here today to draw a sketch of the Gemini statue for your girlfriend Lulu. What? How did you figure that out? From your incessant prattling. You just can't help yourself, can you? Fine, then I won't say another word. Larry may want to keep his mouth shut now, but I'll have my answers one way or another. Let's ask him what he did after he arrived here at the gallery. We'll soon see what he's hiding. It's just a matter of time. Alright, tell me what you did once you arrived here. What's the big idea? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I don't have a pamphlet, so I don't know what was where. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. What gives, Edgy? If you don't have anything... Oh, okay. I'm not doing so well with these. Okay, so you didn't get a pamphlet. You didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance fee at the reception desk. He didn't pay to get in, he snuck in. You mean entry is not free to get in here? You mean to tell me that you entered without paying? I'm sorry, okay, it wasn't deliberate. There wasn't anybody at the reception desk at all. So I thought entry must be free. You're saying Miss Brown wasn't at the reception desk at the time? Yeah, but it looked like there's maybe somebody in the little room opposite. Interesting. According to Detective Gumshoe, Miss Brown to enter the security room to activate the sprinkler system. I expect she wasn't at the reception desk because she was busy responding to the incident. And right after she finally got the place open for business too, poor Judy. The Winter Wing, the gallery's greatest attraction, and it's going to be ruined now. You say you don't have a pamphlet, and yet you seem to know all about the Winter Wing. For example, that the Gemini statue you came here to draw was just so happens to be in that said room. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it? How? How did you get me again? Fine, you're right. I came here for the Gemini statue. And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it. Larry's not one to confess so easily. Then again, he's always managed to surprise me in unusual ways. Let's see what more he can tell us about the Winter Wing. I expect even Larry's found his feet a little by now. I'll have to watch his reactions more carefully and see what information I can glean from him. What did you see in the Winter Wing, Larry? You don't know, do you? I told you I didn't see anything. Galleries are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got here. Thought I'd go meet my girlfriend instead. If I want to learn more here, I'll need a clue of some kind. I better try another approach for now. Larry, be honest. Did you enter the Winter Wing? What is that? Is that suspicion I see in your eyes? I tried to get in there, sure, but... Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, I was supposed to push him a little bit more. Ooh. Oh, I might go to the next save point and then call it a day because oh my god, my headache is... I thought it would go away, but it's not. It's just getting worse. Larry, be honest, get into the Winter Wing. He did. You didn't go in. You tried to get in, but you couldn't. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get in there, but that old guy came out and fell to the ground, and like I said, it was all pretty shocking. So you were unable to enter the Winter Wing because the victim emerged and collapsed in front of you. Yeah, he came out of the Winter Wing door and then down he went. But wasn't it the Autumn Wing that the victim came out of? If that super poison gas thing had never happened, I'd be in the happy sketching away right now. Larry seems to have the Autumn and the Winter Wings mixed up. Regardless, it seems his aim really was to make a sketch of one of the statues. This could be a useful clue. What you seen? Oh, so what became of your sketch? Didn't you say you came here to make a sketch of one of the statues of your girlfriend? You gave up on that a little easily, didn't you? Surely you saw something, even if you were distracted by the victim's collapse. Well, I didn't know not see something, but that doesn't prove that I did see something totally terrifying either, does it? Really, Larry, you can at least try to make this a little harder for me. I put it to you, Larry Butts, that you did in fact see something totally terrifying. How did you do it, Edgy? Are you some kind of mind reader? Fine, I guess there's no point trying to keep it a secret any longer. I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets given your track record. It wasn't exactly the most edifying use of my time, but that's checkmate. At least we got some life back. Oh, mind chest, checkmate. Let's hear its explanation, and then I will, once all the speech is done, I'll probably call it a day, because yeah, oh my god, my headache. I couldn't help staring at the Gemini statue. My eyes were drawn to it. You keep talking about the Gemini statue, but there's no way you saw what you think you saw. It's simply not possible. What do you mean? You think I saw a ghost or a statue or something? Larry's still labouring under the misconception that he was looking at the Winter Wing. This piece of evidence shows us that Larry was really looking at... Is it this one? Because, yeah, the Winter Wing, he entered the Autumn Wing. There's the Gemini and Taurus. It wouldn't be that.
Take that.
Okay. Take a look at this pamphlet. The autumn wing features sculptures depicting Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. Not only that, but I've seen the statue depicting Gemini in the winter wing for myself. Which means that whatever you saw couldn't have been a statue of Gemini. Guess that makes sense. Why is he not more surprised by that? It did seem pretty weird now that I think of it. One of the two people did look like a goddess. So the other stuff, I guess, that wasn't my imagination either. Other stuff. You're interested in it too, aren't you, Edgy? Great, let me show you. Show me? What exactly? I drew a picture of it all, got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm not that confident in my work, so oh, we get to see a Larice original? Well, I want to see. Really? Alright, here. Oh, it was a crime piece? He's done a really good drawing though. Like, this is a lot better than that burning bridge drawing he did. What on earth? It's grotesque. You're trying to tell me that the statue was crying tears of blood? I had to say, Larice, it's pretty scary. Why the buggery is Capricorn being listed under autumn? I have no idea, Pixie, but hello, welcome in, Pixie. Hope you're having a lovely, wonderful weekend so far. Right, because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of Gemini, but it up and turned into a goddess right before my eyes. It freaked me out so bad, I screamed out loud. So he wasn't reacting to the victim collapsing in front of him after all. Wait, when you say it turned into a goddess, what do you mean exactly? What do you mean, what do I mean? The bottom half was suddenly a fish, that's what I mean. A goddess with a fishy bottom half. Sounds like Pisces to me. I heard it's all based on this legend of a goddess and her son turning into a fish to escape some baddie. Wow, really? I thought Pisces was just two plain old fish. Edgy, do you think the statue's cursed? I mean, tears of blood turn into a fish. That's some pretty cursed stuff right there. Don't be a fool. I imagine you simply mistook one of the statues for the other. Oh, look at you tucking it carefully into your organizer. I simply thought I might have a use for it later, maybe in the bathroom. Oh, Miles! I might have a use for it later in the bathroom? You're gonna wipe your ass using Larry's art? That's so rude. Do you know, if someone said that about my drawings, I would cry. I'd be like, oh my god, that's so rude. You're the worst, Edgy. The worst. Kind of freaky deaky though, huh? A statue with bottom half that changes shape. I'm pretty keen to find out what went down in the autumn wing, aren't you? I suppose I am, yes. Could there be some kind of trick to the Pisces statue, perhaps? Yes, Edra speaking. I'm just about done in here, sir. There's no danger from the gas anymore. You can come in now. Starts painting Jess's art. Oh my god, Pixie! That's so mean! That's so mean! Oh my god, I would actually cry! Thanks, good work, detective. It seems it's finally safe to enter the autumn ring. A good detective sure has impeccable timing. Come on, let's go take a look. I want to see that Pisces statue. You're going in there, okay? Then maybe I should come along too. You really think I was going to leave you out here on your own? I know better than that. Alright everyone, to the autumn wing. Oh. But is that Pisces? That looks exactly the same as our picture, right? Oh no, wait, hang on. It's the same sculpture, just one's a mermaid and one isn't. Here we are at last, and it really does look a lot like the winter wing. Glad you can make it. Oh, hey there. You're, Harry, was it? Good to see you, Harry. No, for the last time, the name's Larice the Nim. Detective, your report if you don't mind. Yes, sir. Okay, so first off, I found a blowtorch. The nozzle was still warm when I found it, so I guess it was used pretty recently. Was someone using it to heat something? Was the step ladder already like that when you entered? Yeah, I guess it was used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case until someone opened the lid. Is that so? The Pisces statue. Huh? You're sure up on your constellation, sir. You know what the one in the other case is too, right? This is the autumn wing, so I imagine it should be Capricorn. But it looks like the Taurus. What? I guess that's a fool in you, sir. I thought it was supposed to be a Taurus. That weird cloth that's draped around it kind of tripped me up. Isn't that a piece of luminous cloth from way back when? What's that doing here? Now we have evidence from the IS-7 incident too. Someone's playing tricks. Take a look around. Oh, it is being lit up though. It seems there's a piece of luminous cloth on each of the other cases too. Yeah, and that just makes me want to see what's hiding underneath real bad. Sure, let me whip them all off right off for you. I want to start the investigation bit so I can end stream because oh my god, this headache. Wow, they're beautiful. Oh wow, okay. There's Aries. I'm an Aries. So the transformation Larry witnessed. Could it have been the moment when the cloth around the Pisces statue's lower half fell away? CAGC? I was imagining things and I wasn't mistaken. Listen, Master, I think we can all agree this room is fishier than a bucket of fish. My hunch is that somebody deliberately tries to make this room look just like the Winter Wing. Yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing. They even cover the statues up in just such a way as to make them look similar. With a cloth over the bottom half, the Pisces and the Gemini statues look almost the same. Ditto for Capricorn. Cover his bottom half and he pretty much looks like a Taurus. The other two can't be fixed as easily, so covering their cases up completely was the only answer. So somebody went to some lengths to disguise the autumn wing as the winter wing. I say we need to take a closer look at things in here, wouldn't you, Fender? Oh, who's hold it? Is it bad? Oh no. Oh, it's Mr. Wiener. Mr. Wiener and Judge Gavel. What the heck are you guys doing here? You're the last thing I need. This is my senior year. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems I've failed in my duty yet again. I pray one day to make you see that your presence is not required at every crime scene. And that co-opting the good detective for your own ends is neither right nor good. I'll have to give serious consideration as to how the goddess of justice would have me judge you. You got it wrong. It was me who asked Mr. Edgeworth to help, not the other way round. It was? Well then. You know what that means, Detective Flatfoot. Flatfoot? You mean... Exactly. Your salary check is taking a hit. Bet you're looking forward to payday now. Always wanted to say that. Man, getting a wage cut from you of all people. Not so fast, Mr. Winner. I was simply assisting with the police's investigation as a witness and bystander. Detective Gumshoe's entirely in the right. Oh, he is, huh? So you're saying I should give him a bonus instead? That's not what I'm saying at all. Miles! Hey, I wouldn't mind a little salary bump. Don't worry, Gumshoe, I'm in the same boat as you. Your compassion and generosity are truly heartwarming, Eustace. But we must take into account past transgressions when making judgments that concern the future. And I hereby judge Mr. Edgeworth and his associates unfit to tread the hallowed ground of the scene. What? But we only just got here. The goddess of justice has conferred her blessings on Eustace and Eustace alone. By which you mean this is Mr. Winner's case. That's exactly what she means. It's time for the warm-up act to get off the stage. After all, I solved this one already. I have a suspect lined up and everything. What did you say? A suspect already? Oh! Who else but your artist friend over there? Oh my god. Really? Larry's a suspect? Huh? Me? What's going on, Edgy? Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even begin to imagine how the boy's mind works. Unsurprising that you lack the attitude to understand the winning mindset. lack the attitude. Something tells me he doesn't know the real winning turn of phrase. Well put, Eustace. Mr. Edgeworth does indeed lack a certain aptitude. Yeah, exactly. What's your aptitude, smart guy? Wow, he's totally shameless. Underestimate my information gathering skills at your own peril. Before we came here, we dropped by the medical room to ask the doctor there a few questions, and he told me where the poison gas came from. And where might that have been? It was this chemical you find everywhere. Can't think of the name just now though. Wait there a second. Let me just call him real quick. Oh, perhaps I can answer your question while Eustace is on the telephone. Why let him make the call if you know the answer? The gas was created by mixing two specific chemicals, ubiquinol and asphyxion. What kind of chemicals are they? Ubiquinol is a red liquid used in all manner of everyday products. Paint and dishwashing liquids, among various others. On its own, it is entirely benign, so it's something anyone can get their hands on. Precisely, but the same cannot be said for asphyxion. That does sound nasty. What is it used for? It is the main ingredient in a product called Infesticide Ultra. It is pure white in colour and is unavailable to the average consumer. In fact, it is nigh impossible for members of the public to obtain it here in this country. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from. Oh wow, okay. Oh my god. I'm back, and I know the name of the chemical now. Don't waste your breath, Judge Gavel informed us already. Great. That'll make this quicker, I guess. But the source of the gas, ubiquinol, is used in paint and stuff, right? And there was somebody here at the gallery today who brought paints with them. Your friend, the artist. You can't accuse me just because of that. Objection to the paints on that palette in your hand. Edgy. Is this kid okay? He seems a little... Indeed, I haven't known him for long, but he's a little prone to jumping to the wrong conclusions. Hey, quit talking about me like I'm not even here. Ignore them, Eustace. They're simply intimidated by you, nothing more. Why not give them yet another reason to fear you with one of your winning deductions? Winning? Yeah, good idea. Get a load of this, losers. Oh, Eustace, I really don't have the headspace for this. Oh my god. I'm like massaging my head. I don't think I can do this. Well, we'll listen to him anyway. Our friend the artist here won the race to find the victim and was the first on scene, correct? And the gas the victim was poisoned with is made of ubiquinol, which, as we know, is found in paint. He was carrying paint on his person and he was one winning stride away from the victim, which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects. Ooh. Right, Gavel? You think so too, right? It is possible. It is a possibility that certainly can't be discounted. Well, would the artist like to share his version of events? Did she leave red paint at the scene of the crime? Or something more sinister? The catalyst for a cloud of toxic gas, perhaps? The only toxic gas that Larry would release is a fart. That's as dangerous as Larry is. His toxic gas is a fart. I think I might have left my heart there, you know, and you might have picked it up, huh? Oh my god, he's flirting with Gavel. Oh, be careful what you say to me. My gavel is already primed to deliver a guilty verdict. Objection! Ignore him, please, Your Honour. It's for the best. Objection! Quit stalling. You haven't run away from the fact that my reason is flawless, so admit defeat and crawl on out of here with your tails between your legs because I win. I have better things to do than pick holes in your faulty logic, but I don't suppose I have much choice. Oh, I don't have much choice. Fine. We are going to do this. Oh. This fits incorrect. Okay, and the gas evidence poison made from the most found paint. But what evidence do we have? Yeah, but he needs to get asphyxion as well. Hold it. Okay. It's by no means certain that paint was the source of the poison gas. Huh. Well, it's by no means certain that it wasn't either. Was that supposed to sound clever? Copying Mr. Edgeworth's speaking style isn't a shortcut to looking cool, you know. You make it sound as if you think there's something wrong with how I speak. Anyway, to bring it all home, my winning deduction shows he had paint and he was the closest to the victim. Okay, which was surely making the winner of this suspect. We know that Mr. Winner isn't much of a listener, and we also know that he has, and his reasons like to be based on a flawed assumption. Yeah, he even phoned the other guy and he still got the wrong somehow. Let's get this over with as quickly as... Oh, we got it wrong still? Us here. Oh, wait, hang on. It's not just Ubiquarium, it's the mixture. Okay, so nitpicking at the way he's talking about it creating. Your deduction is, oh my god. Your deductions are anything but winning, I'm afraid. Unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence. Huh. So you agree that I deserve a prize? What you deserve is to be set right. The gas came from within the case containing the sculpture of Pisces. It did, and it was created by the artist guy, with the red paint that we know is full of Ubiquarium. Allow me to offer you a bit of advice. One prosecutor to another, it always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas is created when Ubiquarium, oh my god, is mixed with another substance. Oh my god. Oh my god. Asphyxion. Paint containing Ubiquarium alone wouldn't create any kind of gas at all. It wouldn't? I thought they said the guy was asphyxiated with Ubiquarium. So you're telling me all this was based on the mishearing of a forensics report? The gas had already done its work by the time Mr. Butts found the victim. Perhaps it's your own aptitude you should be worrying about. My aptitude? What does that even mean? You literally used the word 5 minutes ago. It means one's ability of how suited one is to a particular task, Eustace. And attitude, the other words you misused only minutes ago as well, is another thing entirely. I get what you're doing. You're making fun of me again. What I am doing is demonstrating that you do not have the aptitude required to head up this investigation. Before you go any further, you might wish to consider some of the flaws in your own statements. And what flaws might those be? Firstly, that you cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the autumn ring. And secondly, that you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime. But the paint isn't important on its own, surely. What's important is the combination of the red Ubiquarium with white Asphyxion. How exactly were the two substances introduced to one another? Surely we need to figure that out before anything else. Indeed we do, and that is what Eustace will be investigating next, or what he would already be investigating had you not been here making needless trouble. We're not here to make trouble, quite the opposite in fact, we're here to help. Are you saying you know how the gas was made? I don't believe you. I can certainly point you toward a vital clue as to how it was done. He's bluffing, Eustace, ignore him. It's fine, Gavel, he's clearly lying, might as well let him talk himself even further into a corner. If you are sure. Come on then, show me what you've got. What shows how this gas was created? Take that! Larry's drawing. You're saying this somehow shows us how the chemicals were mixed to make the poison gas. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes, thank you for noticing. Well, they do say I have a good eye. The red tears Mr. Butts saw. That was the Ubiquarium. Wait a second. You're saying the statue cried the stuff out? What? So our culprit is some kind of evil spirit? How much time am I going to have to waste taking him through this step by step? The red tears alone would not have been enough to create the gas. They must have mixed it with something else inside that case. What? And what evidence do you have that that's what happened? The evidence is right there in the sketch I just showed you. To point out the part that shows that the two liquids have mixed together. Oh, here, on the floor, right? Observe the pool of pink liquid beneath the Pisces statue's glass case. This clearly shows that the two chemicals mix. Wait, I don't get it. How does that prove that some Ubiquarium mixed with some Asphyxion? We have an artist with us. Why don't you ask him? Larry, you claim to be something of a painter. I imagine you have some experience mixing colours. What happens when you mix red and white? Hey, don't treat me like a dumb edgy. I did graduate from junior high, you know. Any idiot knows that red and white make pink. I mean, there's variations. You got your rose pinks and your baby pinks. I'll be more than enough, thank you. Do you see what I'm getting at now, Mr. Winner? Oh, I think I do. Ibupremium is red, Asphyxion is white. Mix the two together and you get pink. That's what the pink liquid is. Yes, very good. We got there in the end. Yes. Interesting. I think you finally convinced him. Mr. Edgeworth, you have raised a possibility, nothing more. We cannot know for sure that this shows the results of the two chemicals having mixed. And besides, the sketch you're attempting to enter as evidence was drawn by the suspect. How can we possibly hope to rely on its veracity? Hey, I drew everything exactly as I saw it. A true artist never lies or embellishes the truth. Forgive me, but I did not ask for your opinion. Oof, she's a cold one, but I like it. Larry! Larry needs better taste. Well, no, actually, Larry's got good taste, but he needs to pick someone that's within his league. No offense, Larry. You may rest assured, Your Honor, that I mean to prove my theory to all of our satisfaction. It may not be wise to jeopardize your position any further, Mr. Edgeworth, especially as there is another question to which you have yet to provide a satisfactory answer. How can you prove that this man did not enter the autumn wing? Until you are able to, there is little more to discuss. Wait, maybe the victim could help us with that. Mr. Gusto, he's still unconscious and in critical condition. He is? Oh. Now, if you don't mind, Eustace needs to carry out his own investigation of this area. If you'd be so kind as to leave him in peace. Oh, who's turned up now? Or was it Larry? For the presiding judge's sake, I pray to the goddess that you need not ever be summoned to testify. Now then, is there something you wish to say, Mr. Artist? If you could just hold that pose for a moment there, Miss Ice Queen. I am Justice Verity Gavel, and I would be grateful if you could dispense with the childish epithets. Oh, finally she tells me her name. Nice to meet you, Verity. Name's Larice Denim, but you can call me Larice. If you could stop wasting the court's time, Mr. Denim. Oh yeah, sorry. It's just, there's something I forgot to mention. The door was locked. I tried to open it and then the old guy came tumbling out. It does appear that the door can be unlocked from the inside, however, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was locked at the time as you claim. Without proof, your statement carries little weight, I'm afraid. Well, as it happens, I can back up on that. What? Wait, what? Well, what proof do we have to say that it was locked? Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I just pushed a random button, sorry. I got confused. Yep, we tried to come in here too, but it just like the guy said, it was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Mazzarino? It is. It is. I distinctively remember how it went. So, Winterwing. Huh? I don't believe it. It's locked. The gallery's open for bids, but the Winter Wonderwing's off limits. What gives? Prior to the incident with the gas, it was not possible to enter this room from the outside. I hate Gavel, Puncher, and the Juggler. I like her. I think she's quite. She protects Winner way too much. Like, she protects him too much. But I understand why she's protecting him, because he's supposed to be like the Wonder Boy. To be honest, I think she kind of wants to punch him in the face, but she has to protect him. Unfortunately, it's part of her job. It's part of her job as a babysitter. And what is it to say that your suspicious friend was not in here with the victim the entire time? The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. Searching for a gas mask if you like. I doubt you'll find one. I see. Then I suppose we'll have to take you at your collective word. That was a little too easy. Well, Judge Gavel, do you accept that Mr. Butts is no longer a viable suspect, and that once again Mr. Winner's deductions have fallen short of the mark? What are you talking about? I just need some more information, that's all. You can't blame a guy for being a little hasty with his deductions. You know, it's not cool for a prosecutor to be saying stuff like that, right? Very well, then perhaps we should call our next suspect. Mr. Denim, you may step down from the stand. Huh? Go, you mean? But I was enjoying our time together, Verity. Let me stick around, please. Overruled. Show some mercy, squash my heart into a goopy mush, I love it. Who exactly is this next suspect? The pharmacist, Alicia Scone. Your artist friend may have struggled to lay his hands on the bottle of Infesticide Ultra, but someone in her line of work would surely have a better idea of where such a thing might be acquired. The court hereby calls for a 10-minute recess. Eustace, we'll go and fetch the suspect. Your winning smile will bring her running, I am sure. My winning... Of course, Gavel. Let's go get her once. Hey, Detective Flatfoot, you carry on investigating while I'm gone, okay? If you take away the fringe, she looks a bit like Princess Leia from On Hoth. Does she? I don't really know much Star Wars content, so I wouldn't really know what she looks like. You'll have to show me, Pixie. Sure. Ooh. Is it possible? Could Judge Gavel have suspected Miss Scone from the start? Now that you mention it, she wasn't helping Mr. Winner like she usually does, huh? What exactly is your angle here, Judge Gavel? To be continued? Okay, I'm going to stop here because my headache is really bad. But I'm gonna wait for the ads to end first because I know the ads have just started. Oh, a staircase fringe. Oh, right, no, we're not going to continue because this headache is making me very sick. Oh, back to title. Don't save because we really saved. Oh. Okay, let's go check out the gallery. I'm so sorry it's such a short stream, but I have a major headache. It is so angular. So Verity has a more like, it looks like more like a thunderbolt in her hair as a fringe. Just bear with me. I'm just going to wait till the ads end because I don't want to end stream. Water. I've been drinking water throughout the whole entire stream. Sandwichy. I think that walk really did me in. To be honest with you, I shouldn't have done 6k. I should have just kept to my 3k walk, but I was a little bit stupid and I went for 6k. Caffeine withdrawal. Nah, it's not I have tea on me actually. So I've got tea, I've got squash, and I've got water. I've got a mixture of drinks on me just in case. But I think I just need to take a nap. But yeah, this headache is making me a little bit nauseous as well. So I don't think you guys want to hear me suddenly go, yep, sorry guys, be right back. I need to go throw up. Bloody heck, I only really walk one side of the house to the other. Are you just pacing then, Pixie? You just pacing. That's not really a walk. Oh my god. But yeah, I apologise it's such a short stream. It's just, I don't think I can do any more reading with this headache. Ugh. It's just each time the words come up, I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I feel like I'm going to throw up. No. Sandwichy. No. Usually whilst talking to myself. Oh, I do that as well. I do that quite a bit. In the kitchen especially because there's more space in the kitchen. So I pace up and down the kitchen whilst I'm like talking to myself. But okay, ads are over. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I do apologise again that it's such a short stream. But oh my god, this headache is just painful. I will be back on Tuesday. I will be doing some more Urban Myth Dissolution Center, which I'm enjoying a lot. I love the way that they've written the stories and how the story unfolds. But yeah, we'll continue with some more of that, and I'll hopefully be back next week as well. Next weekend, am I? I need to say I might be busy on the weekend. I need to see, because I know some of my friends want to hang out on Saturday, and then I have a hair appointment on Sunday. So I will see what I can do. If I can do a little quick cheeky stream, I will probably do that. If not, then you'll have to wait another week for more Ace Attorney. I do apologize. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I'm not going to send you off to anyone, because again, this headache is just doing my nutting. But headache meds, energy drink, and a 15-minute nap. Thank you, Sandwichy. I'll take the nap, not so much energy drinks. They usually mess with my body. Again, I have I have a very weird constitution, or constitutional makeup body. But yes, I'll be back next week on Tuesday, and hopefully the week after. But yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys soon. So yeah, it is bye-bye from me.